Hello, Mid-Michigan, and welcome to high school football on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. District championship time as the Beal City Aggies host Saginaw Nouvel Catholic. And coming on a couple minutes later than we expected. A big shout out to Adam Gursky and Corey Clark hanging out with me, seeing me almost lose my marbles a couple moments ago when we hit the go live button. We didn't go on Facebook, but it appears everything is good to go now, and we are ready for some district championship football. The Beal City Aggies, Saginaw Nouvel Catholic Central. But as you've heard me joke about throughout this postseason, the last couple weeks of the regular season, you hear a lot from me. I'm interviewing all the players. I'm interviewing all the coaches every week. You're going to hear from me for a couple hours during the game. I was able to catch up with Avery Small, Kyler Smith, and Brad Gross earlier this week. And so that's what I'm going to play for you here is my conversation with those guys as we get set up for championship football. Beal City Aggie versus Saginaw Nouvel coming right up on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Here's my conversation with Kyler Smith, Avery Small, and head coach Brad Gross. Back with a kick right after this. Weefridge Financial knows it can be incredibly overwhelming to navigate the world of financial planning. With trusted guidance and easy-to-understand advice, you can feel comfortable in your financial future with Weefridge Financial. Weefridge Financial assists people in all stages of life with a specialization in retirement and investment planning. Experience the power of working with an advisor dedicated to your success. Visit WeefridgeFinancial.com. Visit them in downtown Mount Pleasant. Call or text 989-953-7888. Weefridge Financial, member SIPC. All Seasons Fireworks is a big fan of all the athletes, coaches, officials, and volunteers who make high school sports happen. To make your next event bigger and brighter, stop by All Seasons Fireworks on M20 in Mount Pleasant. Graduations, birthdays, weddings, or a big win become more memorable underneath a night sky lit up by the magic of fireworks. All Seasons Fireworks on M20 in Mount Pleasant. When your team or business needs to look good, don't get left hanging. Call or stop by Hanging by a Thread in Wademan, the official embroiders for the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Hanging by a Thread, a proud supporter of local schools.
GNS Mechanical in Wademan offers service and installation on everything for your home and business. From a simple filter replacement to furnace, central air service, and install, geothermal, and walk-in coolers and freezers. If you have a need, GNS Mechanical has a solution. Learn more at gnsmechanical.com or call 989-644-2106.
Imagine a home that reflects your style. With WW Construction, that dream will become a reality. As a trusted Mid-Michigan builder, WW Construction specializes in builds and remodels that turn ordinary spaces into extraordinary ones. Join the growing family of homeowners who trust WW Construction for quality and craftsmanship. Call WW Construction today at 989-621-2722 to make your dreams a reality. Chris Bachman hanging out in Mr. Clark's room. I don't know if he knows that or not. With Avery Small,
I don't think he knows.
Kyler Smith, and Coach Gross. He won't mind contributing to I don't. And let's start with some of the same cheesy questions I always ask everybody. Avery, we'll start with you. Who got you started playing football?
I'd say my brothers and my dad.
Your brother. All right. What about you?
I'd say my brother too.
Your brother. All right. And now, do you have any early memories playing football for Beal City or playing football with your brothers? Maybe, Avery.
Yeah, definitely. We used to play in like our side yard, play a lot of football, and then on Saturdays having the youth games.
Youth games, yeah. Did you got any particular memories from the youth games? First time? Do you remember the first time you scored a touchdown or anything?
I remember my third grade year. Only one of us scored a touchdown. It was Garrison. That was kind of crazy.
That was So only one of you guys scored the entire third grade year.
Yep.
All right. What about you?
Just playing in the backyard.
Did your sister ever beat you guys up in the sports early when she was no, never. All right. What about softball? You ever try and hit against her with softball?
Nope, never.
Never. That's probably a good idea. You got a little bit of a laugh right there too, because she was pretty darn good athlete. I got to give her some credit. What other sports do you play here, Avery?
Play basketball and run track.
What's your favorite sport?
I'd probably say basketball.
Basketball. What's your favorite part of basketball? Or is that just kind of what you grew up, you in Austin?
Yeah.
But and what's your favorite part of football?
Just physical.
Physical, yeah. What about you, Kyler? Same kind of question. What other sports you play? What's your favorite?
Baseball, basketball, and football.
Yeah.
Favorite's probably baseball.
I mean, is that just kind of same thing with him? It's what you grew up playing mostly with your older brother. Yeah. What's your favorite part of football?
I don't know, scoring touchdowns. Just
Hey, that's pretty good.
making big plays.
I don't know if I've actually got that answer yet, Coach Gross.
No, it's a good answer.
I like hearing that. Well, it's a lot of times I get the other team, but that is the most fun thing is when you run into the end zone. There's no feeling like that. Kyler, what's your favorite class in school?
I'm going to say math,
Is there a reason why?
just because it's easiest for me.
Easiest? Math is the easiest for you.
Yep.
All right, what about you, Avery?
I'll probably say biology.
Biology, is there a reason why?
I like the teacher in there.
You like the teacher, got you. And now, and again, with all the Beal City guys this year, I feel like it's pretty obvious, but what's your favorite high school sports memory, Avery?
Probably the state championship.
State championship. What about you,
Oh,
Kyler?
yeah, I'd say the same thing.
Yeah, when you had as a freshman too for baseball, but
Yeah.
football still.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What's something you enjoy outside of school and sports, Kyler?
I like to fish, hunt,
All right, fishing or hunting, if you got to pick one.
fishing.
What about you, Avery?
I would say the same.
Same
Fishing
thing.
and hunting, yeah.
And would it be fishing over hunting for you?
I would say probably hunting over fishing.
You'd switch it up there.
Yeah.
All right, Avery, you get offered your absolute dream job right now. What is it?
Probably something with like construction.
All right.
Yeah.
What about you, Kyler?
I'd say play in the MLB.
Play on the MLB. All right. And now, who's an athlete you look up to, Kyler?
I'm going to say Ronald Acuna Jr.
All right. All right. What about you, Avery?
I'd say Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards. And now, Avery, what's your favorite meal?
Probably some chicken wings.
Chicken wing, is it
Yep.
from a particular place with a particular sauce, or just throw some chicken wings in front of you and you're going to smash them?
I would say just barbecue sauce.
Just barbecue sauce. And now what about your favorite overall snack?
I'd say beef jerky.
Beef jerky?
Yep.
What about your favorite drink?
I'd say lemonade.
Lemonade. All right. Same questions for you, Kyle. Your favorite meal?
I'll say spaghetti.
Spaghetti. Now,
Yep.
a lot of sauce, Parmesan cheese, or...
Yep.
right.
Sauce, yep.
All right. And now what's your favorite snack?
I'll say strawberry Pop-Tart.
Strawberry Pop-Tart. All right. Toasted or untoasted?
Untoasted.
Untoasted. Now, what about your favorite drink?
Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper. Your favorite movie or TV show, Kyler?
Favorite movie.
Or TV show. You can pick one or the other. If you got one of both, that's fine too.
I'll say Breaking Bad TV show.
Breaking Bad. That's a good one. What about you, Avery?
I'd say probably the Sandlots.
The Sandlots? All right.
Yep.
Now, I haven't watched Sandlot 2. Have you seen the second one, Coach?
No, I have not.
Did you even know there was a second one?
No, I did not.
Yeah,
I
was
just
saying,
seen the
but
Sandlot.
you like both of them?
I haven't watched the second
Oh,
one.
you
Only
haven't
the
even.
first
All
one,
right, you
no.
just said all right. So you just say a lot. All right, gotcha. I was going to be curious about if you had seen it. And now, Kyler, what about your favorite genre of music right now?
Country.
Country. What about you, Avery?
I'd say country.
Country as well. And now, Avery, for you personally, what's your Friday like? Is there something you do after school? Every time you go home, do you take a nap? Do you got a pregame meal you always like to eat?
We have class at Mount Pleasant, so after we end up getting Qdoba before the game.
Yep, gotcha. What about you, Kyler?
Just go home, eat a peanut butter sandwich, then go to the school.
I'll go to school. You guys both like to get there early as
Oh,
you
yeah.
can, kind of. Yeah. Difference between home and road for you. Now, you guys said lucky to have another home playoff game here, but is there a big difference for you, home and road, Avery?
Not much, but certain things are different.
Yeah. What do you prefer?
I'd say home games.
Yeah. All right. What about you, Kyler?
I'd say home games, too.
Home games. All right. And now, can you put into words what it's like to play high school football on a Friday night, Kyler?
No, I can't. It's just...
And you love your baseball too, but
Yeah.
again, I don't think there's anything that compares to
No
being
better
underneath those
feeling,
lights.
no.
Yeah. What about you, Avery?
Yeah, no better feeling.
Yeah.
Friday Night Lights.
When you guys connect for a touchdown, can you guys put that into words? In particular, I want to go to the McBain play where it was kind of you're rolling out to the right and you're kind of at the moment, Avery, where I imagine you're not running a route anymore either. You're just trying to get open. Can you guys? What was your favorite part about that play? Did you guys talk about that play after it happened?
Yeah, I mean, I just remember throwing that touchdown, Avery catching it. I'm just screaming.
What do you remember about it, Avery?
I just remember running, not even running my route, seeing him rolling, so I was trying to get open.
Go back and cut.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you
I'm
remember?
glad you brought that up because I almost forgot about that play. That was a really good. That was a really huge play. I think in that game, it kind of put the game almost out of reach. I think wasn't it? Or I don't. Unless it wasn't early, but I think it was kind of a little bit later.
It might
It
have
was
made it
later.
21-0.
Yeah, it might have
made
made it kind of put that game out of
Yeah.
reach. I feel like so that's why it was kind of one of them plays. It was like, wow, that was an awesome play, but it was like, man, that's huge for us. As a coach, for me, it's like, man, up 21-0 feels pretty good.
And it was a play that when it started, if you're McBain, you're probably thinking like,
Oh, we
"Ooh,
got him.
we got
Yeah, we got him."
And actually,
Yeah.
similar to the other touchdown throw you had to Gatrell in that, where it was like kind of a little bit of a low snap there, and it was mishandled, and you just were able to hit him for the touchdown. And so that was what play do you prefer there, Kyler? The little bit longer throw to up in the air to Drake? or-
Honestly, I'd say the one to Avery just because, I mean, just getting
you're-
away.
You're on the run like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Got to have to make a play in the backfield to even be able to throw
Yeah.
the football. And now for you, Avery, can you put into words what it's like to play on Friday nights?
No, it's just crazy.
And again, you said you love basketball too,
Yeah.
but I imagine basketball is great, but there's still nothing that compares to it, does it?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I think they each have their own, like, there's nothing like Friday Night Lights, but there's also nothing like hitting a game winner in basketball either. They each have their own different, like, awesomeness, I guess. I don't know any other way to put it. Each one of them's great, but they're just different in their own way.
Definition of multi-sport athletes.
Yes,
you know what I mean? They're absolutely.
That's what I think.
Yeah,
anyways.
like I said, people who go and watch you guys on a Friday night would see you dominate on the football field and expect to probably be shocked when they hear basketball and baseball as their favorite sport. But you don't mind that at all. Like I said, in the skills that they acquire from those sports, I imagine Kyler's not able to throw the football on the run to Avery like that if you're not pitching all the time.
Pitching or playing shortstop. I mean,
Yep.
he does a lot of stuff on the field that looks like a shortstop, and Avery does a lot of things like catching a basketball with a bad pass. He does a lot of that with catching a football. So
Yeah. Now, for you, Kyler, how important are high school sports to you personally?
I mean, I don't think I'd go to school if there wasn't high school sports.
Yeah.
So,
Well, so I don't need to ask you. Could you imagine high school with no sports then?
yeah, I could not.
Yeah, and again, I'm sure you do decent in class and everything.
Oh, yeah.
We're not knocking any. If math's your favorite
Yeah.
class because it comes easy to you, you're obviously a smart kid. I'm never trying to knock academics. Just how important high school sports are to people, I feel is very important to point out. What about you, Avery?
Yeah, it's very important.
Yeah. The brother rivalry. You said you got a couple older brothers. Avery, are you able to ever beat them in basketball? What happens when you get on the football field? I feel like Trey, if he got you guys in a box, he's so wiry, it would be trouble. But on the basketball court, I imagine he's third place out there.
Yeah, definitely.
And now, what about you, Kyler? Are you able to take Caden in hoops or
Every once in a while.
every once in a
I'll beat
while? How important was that rivalry to you guys growing up? Because I have a buddy who's got twins, and I'm always telling him, you got to tell your daughter if she keeps playing against her brother and playing against her brother once she gets out there against the girls. Like I imagine, said when Caden's D'ing you up hard on basketball, it's probably a little bit easier out on the court.
Yeah, I think that built the competitive in me.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, it definitely built the competitiveness in me.
What's something you learn playing high school sports you can't learn in the classroom, Avery?
I would say teamwork.
Teamwork.
Yep.
What about you, Kyler?
I'd say teamwork too.
Teamwork as well. And now, Kyler, what's something you want people to know about like this team this year, this Beal City football team?
I mean, physical. I mean, our defense is probably what stands out to me, and I think we played extremely physical.
What about you, Avery?
I would say our team bond. Like, we're
team
really
bond?
close, yeah.
Yeah, like I said, you got that big group of juniors. And Avery, what's been your favorite game so far this year?
I would say Ithaca.
The Ithaca game?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Kyler?
I'd say Ithaca too.
Ithaca as well.
Just the intensity and hypeness of it.
Yeah, I'd say the environment there
Yeah.
was pretty darn special. I don't know if you guys listened, the podcast I had last week, but there was one point where before the game, and I turn around, and it reminded me of the end of Field of Dreams, where just all you could see was headlights off in the distance, and there's like 7 minutes left counting down on the clock, and I was just like, man, there's still like 700 cars that are trying to get in here. It was pretty darn cool. And when I say 10-0, kind of bring Coach in here now with some more of this. When I say 10-0, what's the first thing that comes to mind, Coach?
Saginaw Nouvel.
Exactly. what about?
I don't care about the past games. You have to answer this question the same.
Oh yeah. Hey, it's just my job to ask
care.
it.
No, that's completely. I get it. It's your job, but I don't care about those wins. I care about the next win.
Say I feel like he kind of set you guys up for this one. But what happens when I say 10-0 to you, Avery?
Feels good, but more work to be done.
Kyler?
Yep, said the same thing.
If I kind of make you guys pick out an MVP, offense and defense, but like individually to you, like for you, Avery, maybe it's Aaron Locke on the other side helping you get open to catch some passes. Kyler, maybe it's a guy for you on the offensive line. Just kind of throw out a name for me.
For offense, I would say Kyler.
Yep. All right. What about on defense?
I'd say Wyatt.
Wyatt. All right.
Yeah.
What about you, Kyler?
I would say Drew on both sides of the ball just because of how much of like a role he plays.
Yeah. And what's it like watching him, run the ball? Because you've seen him block for you a couple times. I'm going into the game and I'm reading off some stats to a buddy and I says, and Drew Gross is, 29 carries for 446 yards. He says, what? And I says, yeah, that's right. And I'm sure you guys obviously felt the intensity and the environment with the Sacred Heart game for other sports, but what was it like to renew that rivalry Friday night? Obviously, you guys were favorites in that game and you took care of business, but how much fun was that to have that atmosphere to play with those guys
Oh, yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, what about you?
Yeah, definitely very fun.
Coach?
It was good to see Sacred Heart back in 11-man. I mean, obviously their program isn't where we are right now, and I'm not trying to be like bashing on Sacred Heart at all, but they had I don't know how many freshmen they had starting, but you can't play a junior and senior laden team against a bunch of freshmen. It usually doesn't work out. And then those kids fought hard. They had a good game plan. They were fired up. And they played their tails off, and that's all that they can ask for. And they'll build the program as long as the kids keep coming, and the games won't be 35-0 at halftime in 2 or 3 years. It'll be ball games right to the end, and and it's just where they're at and where we're at right now, and that's just what it is.
Avery, I want you to talk about the punt return you had, because I felt like you're probably kind of thinking about waving it off at first, because it kind of takes that bounce forward. But then, did you just look up and it was like, woof?
Yeah, Gary was telling me that it's wide open, so I looked up, caught the ball, and it was wide.
How much do you like to hear that communication out there that Gary's telling them to pick it up because it's wide open?
Well, if there's one person we don't have to worry about communication with, it's Gary, for God's sakes. Gary doesn't ever shut up, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But they communicate really well. Gary's always telling Avery, they're communicating back and forth. And I think part of the thing that helped Avery in that, I think the ball popped perfectly. I mean, it wasn't off to the down or up. It was like right here. It's like, well, this is right. It's like gift wrapped, you know what I mean? Just get it and go. And then the guys that were actually trying to chase him aren't going to catch this guy. No.
Yeah. Well, and then the way that the punt went too is just kind of everybody was over to the other side of the field and just bounced. You picked it up and it was like there was 2 guys that had a chance to get you.
It was a punt returner's dream, the way I looked at it.
Yes, yeah. You ever had a punt return like that before?
No.
All right, now Kyler, your throw to Drew, on the wheel route, the lob on the sideline. What do you like to throw more? What's tougher to throw, that lob pass, that touch pass, or the bullet pass?
I think I like to throw the lob pass more, just because throw it farther.
Yeah, and what's it like watching him run underneath that and hit the sideline?
Insane.
I wish I had the visual of your face hit that smile when I asked that question. And Drew's TD run early in the game. Did either of you guys get to see that?
Yeah.
And Tegan Duffy's one of the better ball players that I've covered this year. He had him dead to rights, but somehow he just kept his balance and kept going. What was going through your mind when he made that run, Avery?
It was crazy. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. Kyler?
Love watching him run kids over. It's the best thing.
What about you, Coach?
Oh, I love watching him run people over too. But the only thing I'll say about that is Drew puts in the work, and these guys will attest to that. He puts in the work in the weight room, and to be that, to be able to push that guy up, to keep your balance. He's very flexible, that most people don't know. And flexibility makes a big difference in that. And again, that's part of, he works at that. Drew can do the splits, for God's sakes. And these guys will attest. So he works at it, and when you put in the work, you get out of what you put into it.
Yep. Avery, did you have a favorite particular play in the Sacred Heart game?
Probably that punt return.
The punt return. Yeah. What about you, Kyler?
Favorite play? Probably that pass to Drew. All right, and now to this Friday, huge matchup, Saginaw Nouvel in the district final. From what I see, I believe it's the first ever matchup with Saginaw Nouvel.
We've played them before on JV, maybe, I think.
All right, I went to that Michigan football, and there was another Saginaw Christian school that I don't think's in existence anymore that you guys played once upon a time, but I couldn't find, Nouvel Catholic Central or Saginaw Nouvel, so I assume it's the first time, but who knows, before 1950, I guess, as well. But what have you seen from them, Coach?
Very good football team. They are athletic all over the place, right from quarterback to receiver to running back to everywhere. They got athletes. They remind me a little bit of us in certain ways. Just their quarterback's a really good athlete, doesn't even play defense. So that must tell you that the other guys on defense are pretty dang good. So, and they are. And they got guys all over the place. And the one thing I've noticed is they've stayed pretty much the same guys. So there hasn't been a whole lot of guys in and out of there. So they've got some continuity, and they also have, avoided the injury bug a little bit. So, that's huge. And I don't really look at whether they're seniors or juniors, but they look like a heavy senior laden team to me is what they look like. That's what they look on film. I don't really care what grade they're in, but that's what I see on film. I think they'll be the best team we played all year for sure.
Gotcha. All right, now, one key to victory for you, Kyler, personally.
Play physical.
What about you, Avery?
I'd say staying on our blocks.
Staying on our blocks. There's kind of stay physical as well, too. And, Coach, key to victory for you. And, again, if you go with the cliche, it's all good, man.
I'm going to say bad intentions. We have to, goes to the physical thing. You have to play playoff football with bad intentions and limit turnovers. Those two things, if we play like that, we're a tough out. And if we play like that and they beat us, hats off to them.
All right, Brad, Kyler, Avery, thank you guys so much for chatting with me. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Attorney Joe Barbary. Just like doctors specialize in areas of medicine, at Barbary Law, we specialize in getting you the best possible results. If you've been injured by someone else's negligence, you owe it to yourself and your family to call our legal team. At Barbary Law, we focus on one thing, and that's getting you the compensation you deserve. Every case we take personally.
My attorney is Joe Barbary, he can be yours too.
Konwinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Has been serving local auto shops and do-it-yourselfers since 1988. Mount Pleasant Automotive is locally owned and carries all the auto part, car care products, and auto maintenance supplies you will need. Visit them online at mtpleasantautomotive.com. Mount Pleasant Automotive, caring for our cars and our local student athletes. Ogwai-Banga and Bradley on Main Street in Mount Pleasant provides uncompromising integrity when providing tax and accounting services to individuals and small businesses in the Mid-Michigan area. Ogwai-Banga and Bradley has an expert CPA ready to help you, whether you're an individual that needs help with taxes or a business that needs help with, well, just about everything. Ogwai-Banga and Bradley is a leader in the community and a proud supporter of local high school sports. Visit them online at bwbpc.com or stop into their office on Main Street in downtown Mount Pleasant. Joe Wentworth with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes, working hard and showing pride for our community. For all of your real estate needs, go with Joe. Joe Wentworth with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, 989-817-1291. Martinez Lawn Care, just like our local football teams, can keep your yard looking good deep into fall, and we all know winter is coming. Call now to get on their snow plowing schedule. Find Martinez Lawn Care on Facebook or call them at 989-317-5536. Brickner and Bunker Farm Bureau Insurance Group is Mid-Michigan's #1 team for protecting what matters most to you. Home, auto, life, farm, business. They offer a wide variety of coverage at affordable rates with the customer service of a best friend. Visit Brickner and Buckner Farm Bureau Insurance Group on Pickard Road or visit them online at bricknerbunkerinsurance.com.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan.
Early November. Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Not quite enough time necessarily to go through our Beal City pump-up. Maybe we will pump that out at halftime, but Saginaw Nouvel is out ready to kick things off. Beal City is lining up to receive the kick. We are ready for district championship football here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network as the Aggies take on the Panthers of Saginaw Nouvel. Beal City comes into this game 10-0, undefeated, defending state champions from last year. Saginaw Nouvel comes into this game at 8-2. Their only two losses on the year were by 7 points. Very, very close contest going against Ithaca and Saginaw Valley Lutheran. Here we go with the opening kick. It is Garrison Zucker and Braxton Bukovich back deep to receive the kick. It's going to be a bouncer fielded by Drew Gross at the 20-yard line. He's going to turn it from the far side of the field to the near side. He wants to get the near sideline. He's going to turn it up towards the 30-yard line. He'll be out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Very late push coming in there. We're not going to have a flag coming in. Gross went out of bounds, kind of cut back in the field. The play was blown dead. There was a little shove there. Gross still stayed on his feet. Beal City's going to start with it at their own 40-yard line. Chris Bachman on the mic. The camera on the scoreboard as we are now in audio-only coverage here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. As I finally get things flipped to that scoreboard, my bad there. We do have Adam Gursky down on the field getting some highlights for us. Coming out on offense are the Aggies. Drew Gross is lined up near side as a wingback. To the far side as a wingback, it's Drake Gatrell. The wide receiver to that far side split out wide is Drake Gatrell. Handoff goes to Braxton Bukovich. He's going to pour ahead for 2 or 3 yards before he's brought down. And that was a big tackle there from the linebacker from Saginaw Nouvel, Isaiah Garcia, because if he doesn't bring down Bukovich, he might still be running right now to the end zone. 2nd down and 6 for the Aggies. I got Corey Clark next to me again. Mike Verlager is at Mount Pleasant. We'll have constant updates from the Oilers taking on the Blue Devils of Gaylord. We've got Corey Clark here keeping an eye on Harbor Beach and the other scores going on in the Michigan area. Winner of this game takes on the winner of Harbor Beach and Gosh, I can't even remember. I think it's Unionville Sebewing. Drew Gross gets the handoff on the jet sweep. Looks to get the far side edge. He's got first down yardage. Runs through a tackle. Pours ahead for a couple more yards. It'll be first down yardage for the Aggies. First down and 10 for the Aggies. Now inside of Saginaw Nouvel Panther territory. The Aggies breaking the huddle. Here comes the first down and 10 play. And it is Unionville Sebewing and Harbor Beach that will play the winner of this game. Handoff's going to go to the deep back. Braxton Bukovich, he's got a big hole out to the outside. Hole so big you could drive a Clark Modular home through it. He's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 11-yard line. But great blocking up front from the Aggies across that offensive line. It's Jacob Beitler. No Wyatt Wilson tonight. You're going to have Drew Gross along with Jacob Upton stepping in, playing for him, along with Jarrett Latham. Nick Bogue at center. Jacob Upton, aforementioned at guard, and that Hunter McDonald over at right tackle. With Beitler and McDonald securing the edges, this Aggie offensive line has been terrific all year long. Then you throw on the edge there a Drake Gatrell, a Garrison Zucker, a Grady Gatrell at tight end. They're going to be able to do a lot of damage as well. First down and 10 for the Aggies at the 16-yard line. Garrison Zucker's got the handoff. He jukes one man. He's going to get inside the 15-yard line. So not much there for Zucker. First time we've really seen the Saginaw defensive line really stand up. And as I say that, and it's actually a big game there for Zucker, and we already do have a score coming in. Mount Pleasant up on Gaylord 6-0. And as I take a look at things for Harbor Beach, it does look like they're 1st and 5 with 2:21 left to go in the first quarter, but the clock is run, so I think they're still getting ready for kickoff. We're a couple minutes behind, but again, two games we're going to be very focused on tonight. Our other ultra-local in action, the Mount Pleasant Oilers, and whoever the winner of this game plays, that's Harbor Beach, USA. We'll have constant updates from those games. We will be in Elkton, Pigeon, Bayport, Laker tomorrow. Handoff to Eric Elias. He's back from injury. Gets the outside edge for first down yardage inside the 5-yard line. Great to see Eric Elias out there, and with number 50, Wyatt Wilson, out tonight, it's going to be big to have number 3, Eric Elias, back, maybe kind of interchangeable at that linebacker position. Kyler Smith to the sideline, gets the play from head coach Brad Gross, now trots back to the middle. I talked about that O-line catching, running the ball for the Aggies tonight. Aaron Locke, Drake Gatrell, Avery Small, Gary Zucker, Eric Elias, Braxton Bukovich, Cadence Carnes, Drew Gross, and Grady Gatrell. If it seems like a lot of names, it is. They have a lot of weapons here at Beal City, and I didn't even mention the quarterback, Kyler Smith. First down and 4. Handoff goes to Drew Gross. He's going to be stood up at the line of scrimmage. Excellent play defensively by Tino Medina and the crew from Saginaw Nouvel. That's going to make it 2nd down and goal from the 4-yard line. We're scoreless here, 8:55 left to go, first quarter. The Aggies, Saginaw Nouvel here in district championship action. Mount Pleasant already on the board versus Gaylord. And we'll have constant updates from that game, as well as Harbor Beach and USA. If USA pulls off the upset against Harbor Beach, we'd be back here at Frank A. Schaefer Field next week. Harbor Beach does win that game and the Aggies win here, it would be a road trip for the Aggies. 2nd down and 4. Man in motion. Handoff goes to the deep back. They didn't get in. Once again, it's going to be 3rd down and goal from the 1-yard line. There was a little bit of push from the offensive line. Nick Bogue, Hunter McDonald, and the crew, but they were not able to get into the end zone. 3rd down and goal. And if you're Coach Gross, if you did get forced with this 4th down situation, Connor Sienkiewicz very capable of making this kick here. Do you think about taking the field goal just to get some points on the board? But then again, if you get stuffed on 3rd down and 4th down, you would have Nouvel backed up into the shadow of their own goalpost. Garrison Zucker, wide receiver to the far side, lined up at fullback in the strong eye. They're going to throw it out to Zucker. He goes up. He makes the catch. Absolutely mossing the defender. Longtang did not go up and get it like Zucker did. It's an 8-play drive. It's a touchdown for Mr. Garrison Zucker. On the year now, Mr. Zucker has 15 touchdowns from scrimmage. He might also have one as well from punt return, kick return, and defensively as well. But it's 6-0. Beal City in front with 7:46 left to go. And Harbor Beach set to kick off to USA right now. Got that game pulled up on the NFHS network, and it is 7-0 now. Mount Pleasant, the field goal was good against Cadillac. And here, waiting for the extra point from Mr. Sienkiewicz. Snap is good for McDonald. The kick is up. It is good. 7-0. Beal City with the lead. Zucker with the TD catch from Kyler Smith. We'll keep our broadcast right here to thank some of our great sponsors. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Woods Household Appliance pregame show and my interview with Kyler Smith, Avery Small, and Mr. Brad Gross. And you know we're coming to you from the Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Also much love going out to Gates Drilling and Service, our halftime show sponsor. Bill's Custom Fab, sponsor of the fabrication of the game. The Bird All-American Grill, our post-game show sponsor. They have got the Bird Auction coming up on Sunday. You want to bid on some really cool items, have it all go towards a great cause with Isabella County Child Advocacy Center and the Dan Bridenstine Fund. Join me at the Bird Bar and Grill this Sunday for all the fun with the Bird Auction. Also shout out to Clark Modular Homes, Brad Malley Well Drilling, and Malley Construction. Our score updates are brought to you by them. And also big shout out to Weefrich Financial, sponsor of our Zaid Batchelder Baller of the Game. And you know, we talk about that J&J Auto Collision Report all night long, along with our Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the Game, our Mumford Oil and Gas Supply Assist of the Game. That last pass will be on the run and right there from Kyler Smith. You think it's more the catch because Zucker goes up and gets it over the defender, but Smith has got to put it in the right spot too, and he put it right where Zucker would be able to go up and get it. Here comes the first possession from Saginaw Nouvel as Sienkiewicz lines up to kick it off from his own 40-yard line. Going to take a boot and roll into the end zone for a touchback. Letting it roll back there was Mr. Parker Kingsbury, the junior. One thing, Adam Gursky, Corey Clark noticed in pregame, you do have some size out there for this Saginaw Nouvel team. And talking with some folks from Sacred Heart Academy who fell to this Nouvel team a few weeks ago, 35-0, they have got some athletes on the outside, and their quarterback, Ziegelman, can really zip it out there as well. Very dangerous on the outside is going to be Waylon Longton, along with the aforementioned Parker Kingsbury. Single coverage here to the near side with Garrison Zucker. On the far side, single coverage with Mr. Avery Small. He did a really good job against Riley Guild a couple weeks ago. Shotgun look. They're going to hand this one off up the middle. Ball carrier is going to carry the tackler with them for a couple yards. So there was contact pretty much as soon as the ball carrier got it. But he did a good job piling forward for a little bit there. It's going to be a gain of 2 on the first play from scrimmage for Saginaw Nouvel. 2nd down and 8 coming up. More love going out to our friends. Mount Pleasant Public Schools, Jen Verliger and the crew being big sponsors of what we do here. And they're hiring bus drivers, parapros, full bennies for those bus drivers as well. Comes a shotgun look. 2 wide receivers stacked to each side. Quarterback's going to try and pour this one up the middle. He got nowhere to go. Drew Gross in the pile. Nick Irvin in the pile. Looked like Upton in the pile. Gatrell in the pile as well. Whole lot of blue jerseys and white helmets in that pile. The Aggies out there in the royal blue jerseys and pants with the white socks, white helmets. Another score update brought to you by Clark Modular Homes, Brad Malley Well Drilling, and Malley Construction. Now 13-0 already Mount Pleasant. 10-0 versus 10-0. People talked about that as a showdown. It looks like Mount Pleasant handling business early. And it kind of tells you how big it is to play that tough schedule if you're the Oilers. Here comes the throw on 3rd down. It's going to be complete right at the 35-yard line. I don't think they're going to have first down yardage, but it's going to be very tempting for Saginaw Nouvel to go for the hope. They are going to give them first down yardage. It was very, very close. A beneficial spot out there for Waylon Longton. It was good coverage on the play from Gary Zucker, but just a nice pitch and catch from Ziegelman to Longtain, which is a name we could be saying a lot here tonight. Wide receivers to the far side, the aforementioned Longtain along with Sean Foley. 2 wide receivers to the near side. Pistol formation for the quarterback Ziegelman. 4 down linemen for the Aggie defense. Handoff up the middle. Just a couple yards for the ball carrier. Drew Gross in on the tackle. Upton in that pile as well. 5th play of the drive here coming up. Able to pick up 1 first down on 3rd down. The nice throw from Ziegelman to Longtain. Now 1st down and 10. An update from Harbor Beach in Unionville-Seaboing. Harbor Beach is driving on their first possession, looking to go up just like the Aggies, and they do go up 7-0. Here comes the throw. It's going to be incomplete to the far side, almost intercepted. Woo, boy, almost a diving pick from Avery Small. And if he would have had another step on that one from his defensive back position, he might have been taking that one to the house. Now 3rd down and 7, 5:23 left to go first quarter. Big 3rd down play here. Harbor Beach was able to convert moments ago. Let's see what happens here in this situation. 2 wide receivers to the far side. Lined up in the slot is Waylon Longtain. Shotgun look for the quarterback Ziegelman. Running back goes in motion to his right side. Rolling out to that right is the quarterback. It's going to be a long throw. Goes in and out of the hands of the wide receiver. Wide open for the first down catch was Parker Kingsbury, but it went right through the wickets, and it's now going to be a 4th down punting situation for Nouvel. You saw that a bunch a couple weeks ago with Gibson Rondi and some Yellow Jacket wide receivers. It was a very good throw from Ziegelman. Just went right through the hands of the intended wide receiver, Parker Kingsbury. 4th down and 7. Big time drop right there for Saginaw Nouvel. They're now going to have to punt this one away, or we think they're going to punt this one away. Back deep to receive the punt is the very dangerous Avery Small. We saw him take one to the house last week. Very high punt. Small is going to have to let this one bounce at the 30. It takes a bit of a Saginaw Nouvel roll out to the 26-yard line. And so the Aggies come out and score on their first possession. Then they get the stop. That's what you want to start off a football game. We've got 5:08 left to go in our first quarter. Beal City is going to take over at their own 27-yard line. They are up 7-0 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Brought to you by our friends at CNC Enterprises in Mount Pleasant, your home for all things Red Wing and Irish Setter shoes and boots, along with all of your Carhartt gear. If you're out there working in the cold of this winter, you need to go see Levi Taylor and the crew at CNC Enterprises. I also love the Martinez Lawn Care, Bogwai Bank on Bradley, Powell Fram and Collision, Dick Silva Auto Sales, Brickner and Bunkner Insurance Group, Block Electric, The Diner, WW Construction, All Seasons Fireworks, Pure Plumbing, Hanging by a Thread, and GNS Mechanical. Here comes the handoff to Garrison Zucker. Makes one man miss, gets a block downfield, uses a big stiff arm to get by another defender. He's across the 50, across the 40, dragged down just inside the 35-yard line. A huge run from Garrison Zucker, about 40 yards on the run for Mr. Zucker. Big-time play from the senior. He's already got a TD. Now he's got a 40-plus yard run to open the drive for the Aggies. And if you're Saginaw Nouvel, you're starting to get nervous already because Beal went right down and scored on you. You had to get a 3rd down and 6 conversion to get your first series of downs. Then he had that drop on 3rd down. Here comes the 1st down and 10 play. Braxton Bukovich lined up at fullback. Here to the near side as a wingback, it is Drew Gross. Lined up inside of him at tight end is Drake Gatrell. Handoff goes up the middle, no space. Well, it seems to be another 4 or 5 yards for the ball carrier. And that's one thing Mike Verliger had said to me from Sacred Heart Academy. He says, I do think Beal will have a stronger line than Saginaw Nouvel will. And I think that's the only thing that is could end up beating this Beal City team is that line that's maybe a little bit bigger all the way across the board. 2nd down and 7 for Beal City. 4 minutes left to go first quarter. The Aggies lead at 7-0 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Shout out to Kenneth Egger, DDS, the Fisher Companies, Gross Farms, and Brad Gross Electric, Schaefer's Bait and Sporting Goods, Almost Up North, Stitches for Britches, and Doozy's Ice Cream Place, along with Boomer's Lawn Care. Handoff goes to Zucker. He's got to turn it inside immediately. Gets a big block downfield from Jarrett Latham. He's inside the 20, down to the 15, to the 11. Another big run from Zucker on this drive. Big time block out in the open field from the sophomore Jarrett Latham, pulling from his guard position. 3:38 left to go. First quarter, 1st down and goal, Beal City. They have rolled down the field on this drive, covering a whole lot of real estate. Brought to you by our friends Bryce Updegraff, Joe Wentworth, Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. Kyler Smith brings in the play. Kyler Smith in the gun. Empty set, but he's got one wing back to his right, two wing backs to his left. To his right to the near side, it's Drew Gross. Gross goes in motion, counterplay as they go back to Zucker. He's going to be brought down after a short gain. Tell you what, when that line stands up for Saginaw Nouvel, they look good. It was John Carlson, the senior, and on the tackle of Zucker that time. Second down and goal from the 6-yard line now for the Aggies. Clock continues to run here in the first quarter. 2:49 left to go. Again, our score updates, the Mount Pleasant Oilers already seeming like they're putting it on Gaylord. Same thing could kind of take place here, but it's 13-0. Mount Pleasant over Gaylord, and Harbor Beach leads Unionville-Seaboing 7-0. Beal City wins, Harbor Beach wins. Beal would be at Harbor Beach next Friday or possibly Saturday, but with Deer Day, you got to think it's going to be Friday. Gross gets the handoff. Hunter McDonald with a big-time block on the outside edge. Touchdown, Drew Gross. McDonald with a big-time block on the outside. Gross is in for the touchdown. That is his 10th tutty on the year for Mr. Drew Gross, who's split time at guard and running back, and when he can carry the rock, oh boy, he is a big, big factor for the Aggies. 13-0. Beal City in front. What a start for the Aggies. They go 8 plays on their first drive, going 60 yards. This time it only takes 5 plays to go 73 yards. A lot of them picked up by the senior, Mr. Gary Zucker. The first play of the drive was a 40-yard run to get deep into Nouvel territory. 13-0 Beal City. Here's Sienkiewicz for the extra point. It's up. It's good. 14-0 Aggies. We're going to take a break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network, but we're back with more Aggie District Championship football right after this.
Hi, I'm Attorney Joe Barbary. Just like doctors specialize in areas of medicine, at Barbary Law, we specialize in getting you the best possible results. If you've been injured by someone else's negligence, you owe it to yourself and your family to call our legal team. At Barbary Law, we focus on one thing, and that's getting you the compensation you deserve. Every case we take personally.
My attorney is Joe Barbary. He can be yours too.
Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher today or give them a call at 989-317-8582.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to this action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. It's already 14-0. Beal City in front over Saginaw Nouvel. We'll see if the Panthers can answer back offensively here with 2:16 left to go in the first quarter. Kingsbury looking for a return here to the near side. He is going to be stood up out there by Drake Gatrell at the 25-yard line. Saginaw Nouvel, first time they had it, started at their own 20-yard line. They picked up the first down on a nice third down conversion. Ziegelman connecting with Longtain. The next time it was a third down, there was an open wide receiver for a first down, but it went right through the hands of Parker Kingsbury. See what Saginaw Nouvel can do here with their second possession, starting at their own 29-yard line. This is a team that is 8-2. The 2 losses they have had were by 7 points, and they were beating Ithaca 30-7 before Ithaca came back to beat them 37-30. They have not been down in a game like this early. Let's see how they respond. We've got a flag flying right away. You did have a stack of 3 wide receivers to the far side of the field. You've only got Drake Gatrell and Grady Gatrell and Gary Zucker over there. I feel like if you're Saginaw Nouvel, that's why you stack those 3 wide receivers, is to try and get those numbers. Substitution coming in for Saginaw Nouvel. Bigger bio, John Carlson coming in here, maybe a bit more of a blocker at running back, as it's now first down and 15. 2 wide receivers to the far side for the quarterback, Ziegelman. 1 here to the near side. Pistol formation for Saginaw Nouvel. Drew Gross kind of dancing around from his defensive end, called linebacker position. Ziegelman rolling out to the far side. He's going to go long for a wide receiver. It's going to be incomplete. Avery Small with the intended wide receiver every single step of the way. If the throw would have been on target, Small would have been able to knock it away with the right hand. Excellent defensive back play right there from the junior Avery Small. Second down play coming up for Saginaw Nouvel. The Aggies rolling here early, up 14-0. We've got 2:01 left to go in quarter number 1. 2 wide receivers to the far side of the field, 1 wide receiver here to the near side. It's single coverage with Gary Zucker on Parker Kingsbury. In the slot to the far side of the field, it's Longtain. Pistol formation for Ziegelman. He takes the shotgun snap. Fakes the handoff, throws it over the middle. It's caught by Longtain. He spins out of the tackle. Now looks to get in the open field. Grady Gatrell wants to chase him down. He will bring him down, but not before. They're deep into Aggie territory at the 30-yard line. A big-time pitch and catch from Ian Ziegelman to Waylon Longtain for first down yardage. And that's the big playability that we were looking for as Ziegelman connects with Longtain for the big play. And now let's see how the Aggie defense responds. I just said moments ago, let's see how Saginaw Nouvel responds. They're not used to being down 14-0. You see the signs of a championship team right there, responding down 14-0, making the big play. Late substitution coming in for Nouvel. Longtain going out on this play. 3 wide receivers to the far side of the field for Ziegelman. They hand it off to the running back. He's got to turn it inside right away. Big hit out there again from Drake Gatrell. J&J Auto Collision Report. On the carry for Saginaw Nouvel was Isaiah Garcia. They're going to give him a decent spot out there. It's going to be a pickup of 5 or 6. And maybe after that long throw, if you're Saginaw Nouvel, that'll open things up just a little bit offensively for you going against this really, really strong Beal City Aggie defense. Going into last week with Sacred Heart, their average score in the regular season was 45-3. They bested that a little bit, or about the same, going 49-7 versus Sacred Heart. See if Saginaw Nouvel can get on the board here. Running back goes in motion. It's a run all the way for the quarterback. Ziegelman gets the outside edge. Now he's got first down yardage. He's going to be pushed out of bounds by Avery Small, but a big-time pickup from the quarterback, running the ball that time all the way. He's going to pick up the first down. We do have a flag coming in, though. And will it negate the first down yardage? Still waiting to see on the exact signal, but the way they're bringing the chains back, this might be good news here for Aggie fans. Waiting to see exactly what the call is here, and what may have happened is the hold occurred a little ways downfield. And so this is one of those situations where it's kind of an odd call here. It's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty going against Saginaw Nouvel. And so, again, the rule's different at every level of football. Will it be a first down still, but then they'll mark off the yardage, or will that negate the play as well? They're doing it from the end of the play, but they still have not given them a first down. So we'll see exactly what the scenario is here when the chains, the ball and everything gets reset. But it's a big break, though, yardage-wise, if you are Beal City, because Saginaw Nouvel would have been down inside your 20-yard line, right around the 20-yard line. Instead, now they're going to be backed up a little bit. They had a first down and 15 moments ago. Big-time pitch and catch from Ziegelman to Longtain to get him out of that situation. And we do have another score update. Looked like USA was driving, but I think Harbor Beach turned them over and took it back, because you look down and Harbor Beach is kicking an extra point on the NFHS network. It is 14-0 Harbor Beach over USA. We might not have to keep an eye on that game for that much longer. So it's now 1st and 10. They've got it on the chains over there. Comes the play, just kind of a reset here. It's going to be a run for Kingsbury here to the near side. Man slipping out there, brought down by Jacob Upton from behind. It'll be a pickup of 7 or 8. So we're kind of back to where we were before the penalty. But again, I believe that play counted, and that's where, I'm always making fun of myself with the number of plays in the drive chart. They are going to give them first down yardage there. And so is that their second or third first down on this drive? I'm going to put it down for 3. They started at their own 29-yard line. They're now at the Aggie 23-yard line with 20 seconds left to go first quarter. This could be our final play. In the gun is Ziegelman. He's got 3 wide receivers to the far side of his field. The far side of the field. He wants to run it all the way up the middle. He's going to be pushed out. Connors gets a hold of him. Can't bring him down, but then he's brought down by Bukovich. Great job by Gavin Connors and Bukovich there teaming up for the tackle, and that will be the final play of the first quarter. The Aggies lead at 14-0 over the Panthers, but Saginaw Nouvel is threatening right now at the Aggie 20-yard line. We're back with the second quarter right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Weefridge Financial knows it can be incredibly overwhelming to navigate the world of financial planning. With trusted guidance and easy-to-understand advice, you can feel comfortable in your financial future with Weefridge Financial. Weefridge Financial assists people in all stages of life with a specialization in retirement and investment planning. Experience the power of working with an advisor dedicated to your success. Visit WeefridgeFinancial.com. Visit them in downtown Mount Pleasant. Call or text 989-953-7888. Weefridge Financial, member SIPC. The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years. Start of the second quarter here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. The Beal City Aggies lead Saginaw Nouvel 14-0. But Nouvel on a bit of a drive right now. Big-time connection from Ian Ziegelman to Waylon Longton on a first down and long has got them in business. 2nd down and 7 at the Aggie 20-yard line. The most significant touchdown that Beal City has given up this entire year was when McBain scored to make it 28-7. So if you're Saginaw Nouvel, if you can put some points up here against the Aggies, you're going to give yourself a whole lot of confidence going forward. I'm trying to pull up and look at the score here from Montebello and Merrill. 8-man football action. It looks like they're still scoreless, but again, we're going to have to double-check on the score and whatnot. Another score update, the Oilers up 20-0 now on Gaylord. Still 8:30 left in that second quarter. Looks like they're going to boat race the Blue Devils. High snap, under pressure right away. Ziegelman. Drew Gross is going to bring him down in the backfield. We've got a late flag coming in. Gross showed a little frustration. I think he got a hold of the face mask a little bit and maybe slung him down. And it will be a face mask. And that was one of those where if you're Gross, you get your hand in there for the tackle. 1 out of 100 times you go to tackle somebody, you're probably just going to get a hold of that face mask. That is what happened right there. Not any type of malicious play or anything, but it should really help out Saginaw Nouvel in this situation. 2nd down and 7 says right now, and actually they're not going to mark off anything, so would have been 2nd and 12, but just the 5-yard face mask. Oh, no, now they're marking off the yardage there. Pardon me. They do move the chains forward. We're still waiting for them to do so here. It's kind of a funny situation. Everybody's lined up right now, just waiting on the chain gain and the official to give the correct marking of the ball where it's going to be after that penalty. And was it 3 first downs? And they're going to move them forward for the first down. So, again, I might have this wrong by 1, but I've got that as their 4th first down on this drive, and I believe it is play 8 of the drive coming up as well. Again, that old Spockman math, you never know. But also much love to Barry Funeral Home, Dog Central, Sydney's Judges Bench, the Beal City Village Store, Smith & Sons, Mount Pleasant Heating and AC, the Isabella Community Sportsplex, and Dance Again Dress Consignment Shop. Hand off to the running back. He ain't got nowhere to go. It's Drew Gross in the backfield to bring down the ball carrier. Trying to find the near side edge was John Carlson, and Drew Gross with his 2nd tackle for loss on this series. Well, yes, not series of downs because it gave him a first, but you take away that face mask, and he's got pretty much back-to-back tackles for loss. Now 2nd down and 12 for Saginaw Nouvel. They've got it at the Beal City 14-yard line, as you can see if you're watching along scoreboard action here. So they can still pick up a first down inside the 5 without getting into the end zone. Aaron Locke ready to bear down from his defensive end position. Ziegelman takes the snap in the pistol. Quick throw here to the near side. It's going to be incomplete. The throw was long out of the back of the end zone for Parker Kingsbury. But with Kingsbury, every step of the way was Garrison Zucker. Zucker may have even had a better chance to make a play on the ball there than Kingsbury did. This will be play number 10 of the drive coming up here. 3rd down and long for Saginaw Nouvel. And Harbor Beach up 14-0. They've got the ball back again right now, marching against Unionville-Sebewing. Shotgun look here for Ziegelman. Oh, pardon me, Corey Clark, correct me. Sebewing's got the ball. You got the Patriots and the Pirates going against each other. I'll blame that there. Run all the way for Ziegelman. He's got big room up the middle. He's going to get into the end zone waiting for the signal. He's in. Touchdown. Ian Ziegelman from 14 yards out on the 10th play of the drive. big-time run from the quarterback. So it's now 14-6. And I'll say it again. Credit to this defense. That's the most meaningful touchdown this Aggie team has given up all year. Before this, it was a McBain score to make it 28-7. That's how dominant the defense has been this year for Beal City. But missing Wyatt Wilson out there tonight, you knew that was going to be a big miss, and that run right up the middle where Mr. Wilson usually is. 10:56 left to go, second quarter. Here comes a pretty important extra point considering the Aggies are up 14-7. The kick is up. It is good. Or pardon me, 14-6, now 14-7. We're going to take a break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. But Saginaw Nouvel pulling the old Lee Corso, not so fast, my friend. We got ourselves a ball game here in the district championship. Back with more right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Value is not just a price. When you buy something for your home, it's an investment. Knowing that you're getting a great deal and service after the sale is priceless. At Woods Household, we only carry quality products for your home at competitive prices. Furniture that is attractive and durable. Comfortable mattresses that last for years. Flooring that stands up to wear and tear. These are all products that last by trusted name brands like FlexSteel, Serta, Whirlpool, and many more. So shop the Woods way.
Blocko Pools and Spas is Mid-Michigan's #1 pool and hot tub destination that will turn your old space into your #1 destination. From delivery of a full pool for the family to the relaxing hot tub for after work for mom and dad, Blocko Pools and Spas does it all. Stop by their showroom on Remus Road to check out their beautiful selection of hot tubs and learn how you can build the pool of your dreams.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
14-7 our score here. Beal City set to receive the football. With a personal foul penalty, though, that took place during or after the extra point. So Saginaw Nouvel is actually going to be kicking from the Beal City 45-yard line. So quarterback with a good chance just to boot this one out of the end zone. And Mount Pleasant continues to roll. Score updates brought to you by Brad Malley Well Drilling, Malley Construction, and Clark Modular Homes. 27-0. Mount Pleasant up on Gaylord in the second quarter. What a dominant performance from Coach McIntyre and the crew looking to wrap up that district championship. A little bit more drama here. 14-7, Beal City with the lead. That kick will go out of the end zone from Mr. Kingsbury. And so the Aggies will have it first down and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And this might be one of the most important drives for Beal City this entire season. Again, this is the most meaningful touchdown you've given up this year to make it 14-7. Now take over at your own 20-yard line. Saginaw Nouvel has not stopped you yet, and that is the one positive thing to think about right now if you're Beal City after you give up that touchdown. Talk about how dominant the defense has been all year long. The offense just as dominant. Get about 46, 47 points per game after last week, averaging 45 points per game through the regular season. One wide receiver here to the near side, it's Aaron Locke. Going under center is Kyler Smith. Sent a man in motion, it's Drew Gross. He gets the handoff. He's got to turn it inside. Nice job setting the edge by the Saginaw Nouvel defense. Gross isn't going to really go anywhere. It's going to be nothing. And that's another change right here as well. When it seemed like the Beal City Aggie runners haven't had any room, it's still been 3 or 4 yards. This time it's 0 yards on the jet sweep as they turn Gross, don't allow Gross to turn inside. It's Mid-Michigan Sports Network, Beal City Aggies, District Championship Football, live from Frank A. Schaefer Field. Big shout to May man Adam Gursky down on the field, working the camera to get us some highlights. Corey Clark up here in the booth with me, giving me some score updates from around the way as well. Locke remains at wide receiver here to the near side. Two wingbacks are Eric Elias and Gary Zucker. Zucker goes in motion. They hand it off to Drew Gross, the deep back. He runs through one tackle. He's going to get out to the 35-yard line, or the 30-yard line, before he's brought down. He'll be very close to first down yardage, and they will move those chains. So my main man Brian Weefrich would say at Central Michigan University's Kelly Shorts Stadium. And a big shout out to Weefrich Financial, sponsor of our Zaid Batchelder Baller of the Game. Right now, think about that Zaid Batchelder Baller of the Game. Zucker's had a really nice game. had that touchdown catch, also had that big run as well. Gross has made a couple defensive plays. He's got a TD run. He remains lined up as the deep back. Wing back to the near side here is Gary Zucker. Wing back to the far side is Eric Elias. Wide receiver is Grady Gatro. Handoff goes to Gross. He's going to be brought down immediately in the backfield. Great job by the defensive front of Saginaw Nouvel. In the backfield right away was Jason Scherer. No gain on the play there. Clock moving, 9:16 left to go, second quarter. Beal City, 14. Saginaw Nouvel, 7. Score updates brought to you by Malley Construction, Brad Malley Well Drilling, and Clark Modular Homes. Mount Pleasant boat racing Gaylord right now up 27-0 in the second quarter. The winner of this game plays the winner of Harbor Beach, USA. Harbor Beach is currently up 14-0, but it looks like USA is driving, trying to pour one in. Zucker goes in motion. It's a throw for Smith. He's under pressure. He's going to be brought down in the backfield. Coming in unevaded to the quarterback was Isaiah Garcia. Smith thought about trying to make a play, lost his footing for a moment, and then decided, you know what, I just got to eat this one. Probably a good decision by the quarterback. It's going to bring up third down and a mile here for Beal City, but the one thing you want to avoid, and you did avoid there if you're Kyler Smith, is that possible crucial mistake. 8:23 left to go, second quarter. The Aggies lead it 14-7, but their first sign of adversity here on third down and 17. Grady Gatro lined up at wide receiver to the far side. Here to the near side, it's Aaron Locke. Man in motion is Zucker. They fake it. They want to throw the screen pass here to the near side. It's wide open for Braxton Bukovich. He's got a load of blockers. He's got the first down. Aaron Locke still making a block for him downfield. There goes Bukovich. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Beal City, 76 yards on third and 17. We've got a flag way down the field. There will be a, blocking call, holding call, but it's still going to be first down yardage on the big gain. We'll see if the TD is wiped off the board or not. But what a call from head coach Brad Gross. It was completely wide open on the misdirection screen pass to Braxton Bukovich. He had a load of blockers, including Mr. Hunter McDonald going up the near sideline. Locke made a great block, it looked like downfield, but then we have the flag coming in around that area. But again, it's going to be a big-time gain on third and 17. They're going to pick it up. The screen pass to Bukovich, and a great job from Kyler Smith. When you're throwing that screen pass, you've got to sell it as the quarterback. You got to get those defensive linemen to keep coming in after you. He did a great job of that, and so the touchdown's off the board. But it's now first down and 10 for Beal City at the McBain the Saginaw Nouvel 35-yard line. Drew Gross is the deep back. Eric Elias at the wing back to the far side of the field. Zucker to the near side. Fake it one way. They go to the misdirection to Elias. He's not going to have any room. In on the play immediately was Joseph Trevino from his defensive line position for Saginaw Nouvel. It's going to bring up second down and 8. Our Barbary Law Studios built by Konwinski Construction here at Frank A. Schaefer Field on this beautiful Friday night as the Aggies look to win district championship 17 since the year 2000. Second down and 9 coming up. Kyler Smith, Coach Gross, last second instructions there as he heads out with the play. Out there at tight end, wide receivers, Grady Gatrell. Also got Gary Zucker, Drew Gross. Kyler Smith's going to go under center. Braxton Bukovich is going to be the deep back. Drew Gross is the wingman to the far side of the field. Zucker goes in motion, misdirection, same play, but this time to Drew Gross. He's going to be brought down at the 30-yard line. It's going to bring up third down and 5 here. 4-down territory for Beal City, so you got 2 plays to try and pick this up. We've got 6:37 left to go, second quarter. Unionville-Sebewaing does get on the board versus Harbor Beach. 14-6 is now that score. We're still waiting on the extra point. Going back under center is Kyler Smith. Braxton Bukovich remains the deep back. You've got a wide receiver here to the near side. It's Grady Gatro. Wide receiver to the far side is Drake Gatro. Super Gatro brothers out there at wide receiver. It's a pitch to Bukovich. Latham out there making a block from his guard position. Bukovich has got the first down. Brought down at the 25-yard line. But it'll be first down yardage for Beal City as they move the chains. 6 minutes left to go in the second quarter. The Aggies doing a good job bouncing back on that series of downs. The touchdown came off the board. Saginaw Nouvel had a good play on first down, but they stay with it. Smith trotting back out with the play. Connor's out there at the offensive line right now. And you got him, Beitler, Wilson, Bogue, Upton, McDonald, Latham, Gross all doing a great job on that old line here in this first half. Man in motion, fakes the handoff. They give it to the deep back, Bukovich. He's going to be hit hard. Somehow stays on his feet and continues to fight forward. Braxton Bukovich just runs with a different type of authority out there. And it should have been a gain of maybe 1 for Bukovich. It's going to turn into a gain of 4. Big-time run there for Bukovich. He's now going to trot out of the game and give himself a little bit of break here after that tough run. Smith and Coach Gross, little conversations. They head back in with the play. Big shout out to our friends at CNC Enterprises, your home for all things Red Wing Irish Setter boots, along with your Carhartt headquarters as well. You need to get geared up for the winter. Stop by CNC Enterprises, and they'll be able to do it. It's Drake Gatro lined up at wide receiver to the far side. Lined up at fullback, the deep back, is Eric Elias. One of the wingbacks to the near side is Gary Zucker. Handoff goes to Elias. He's got to charge through one tackle. He's going to get down to the 16-yard line. It's going to be very close to first down yardage. We'll see if they give it to him. No, they're not going to. Not a great spot out there. Call it 3rd down and 1 here. It's a long one. Clock continues to move. 4:25 left to go in the second quarter. Beal City did get the ball to start the game. Saginaw Nouvel will get it to start the second half. This is just Beal City's 3rd possession. Their first one went about 4 minutes, 14 seconds. Their second one was pretty darn quick, but this one is chewing some clock. Eric Elias remains lined up at the deep back. Gary Zucker as a wing back here to the near side. He goes in motion as a lead blocker. Nowhere to go. Big time play in the backfield for John Carlson. It's going to bring up 4th down for Beal City and back them up 2 or 3 yards on the big time play from the linebacker for Saginaw Nouvel. And this is a sticky situation here if you're Coach Gross. This would be a long field goal for Connor Sienkiewicz, but he's capable of making it. Smith comes in with the play. Here we go. This is going to be a monster moment in our ball game. 4th down and 4 for Beal City. They've got it at the Nouvel 14-yard line. Aaron Locke lined up at wide receiver to the near side. Avery Small, the wingback to the far side. Gary Zucker, the wingback to the near side. Eric Elias lined up at tailback or fullback. Zucker goes in motion. It's a fake snap there from Smith. They fake it. They throw it out. Zucker's wide open. They didn't cover him. He's got it. Touchdown. Garrison Zucker. They sent him in motion. The same play we saw in the state championship game where they threw it out to Owen McKinney. Zucker makes the TD catch, and it is now 20-7, a big-time 4th down TD pass from Smith to Zucker. What a play. What a call. 20-7 now our score, and the boat race continues in Mount Pleasant. The Oilers lead 35-0. Woo! Over Gaylord. And Unionville-Sebewaing gives one right back to Harbor Beaches. That one is now 20-6. The extra point is up and good from Sienkiewicz. 21-7 is our score here. We're going to take a break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Back with more Aggie Championship football right after this.
Brad Malley Well Drilling has proudly served Mid-Michigan since the early 1990s. We are family-owned with 3 licensed drillers and over 100 years of experience. We specialize in 5-inch PVC water wells and systems ranging from 2 to 12 inches. Every well we do includes a 5-year warranty and 1-year parts and labor guarantee. We are available 24/7, and you'll always talk to a real person. Call Brad Malley Well Drilling today for a free estimate. Trusted service, generation after generation.
Clark Modular Homes in Mount Pleasant are a one-stop shop from the buy, the build, and beyond with their fantastic service department. Stop in to see their selection and purchase options today on Pickard Road or visit them online at modularhomesbyclark.com. Clark Modular Homes, supporting Mid-Michigan youth in and out of the classroom.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Few score updates going around, brought to you by Brad Malley Well Drilling, Clark Modular Homes, and our friends at Malley Construction. Montebello leads 6-0 over Merrill. I think that would be a regional final there for 8-man football. Mount Pleasant Boat Racing, Gaylord up 35-0, and Harbor Beach up 20-6 on Unionville-Sebewing. The winner of this game plays the winner of Harbor Beach, Unionville-Sebewing. Returner for Harbor Beach is going to be brought down at the 26-yard line. If you're Saginaw Nouvel, I'm already trying to look ahead to next week with Harbor Beach. But if you're Saginaw Nouvel, you've got 2:56 left to go here in the second quarter. You're still not out of this game no matter what happens here. Even if the Aggies are able to go up 28-7 from the deep playability we've seen from Nouvel, they're going to have a shot to get back into this game. But the dream scenario, if you are Saginaw Nouvel and head coach Drew Weigel, you go down here and score with just a couple seconds left, and then you get the ball to start the second half with a chance to tie the ball game. Shotgun look for Nouvel. Fake the handoff. They want to go long. There's some time in the backfield. Throw is going to be overthrown. Gary Zucker and Kyler Smith were the two closest players to that. Kind of giving up on the rock because he knew it was way long was Parker Kingsbury. It's going to bring up second down and long. But there goes Saginaw Nouvel, beginning of this drive, trying to stretch that defense vertically of Beal City, which I think is a good idea. You've got so much speed out there from that Beal City defense. When you're trying to go side to side on the field, they're just going to make it trouble for you. They're going to be able to go sideline to sideline, but you get them to spread out a little bit more vertically. You create yourself a little bit more of a lane for those 3, 4, 5, 6-yard runs. They turn into 7, 8 instead of 2 or 3. 3 wide receivers to the near side here. Shotgun look. Handoff to the running back. Not a very clean handoff. Trying to find some room as the ball carrier. There's nowhere for Owen Vance to go. It's going to bring up third down and long. And now if you're Nouvel, you're putting yourself in a tough spot here. You don't want to give the ball back to Beal City with that much time left on the clock. The Aggies still do have 3 timeouts remaining. It's third down and 10. First time Nouvel had the ball, they picked up a third down and long, then had a drop pass on a third down and long. Second time they had the ball, had a big play on a first down and 15, and then had the touchdown run from Ziegelman from 14 yards out. Let's see what happens on this third down play. Pressure in the backfield. Ziegelman's got to step up. Tries to get by Gatrell. What a play from Drake Gatrell. I don't know if he was a spy there, but he just did an absolute perfect job not allowing Ziegelman to step up. Ziegelman tried to shake him. Gatrell said, dude, I'm giving you those 2 or 3 yards. You're going to have to come past me. What an intelligent play from the senior linebacker. Got a timeout on the field from Beal City. There's 1:55 left to go in quarter number 2. It's a 4th down and 5 or long 4 coming up for Saginaw Nouvel. A definite punting situation here from their own 35-yard line. Again, Nouvel, maybe if they've got that trick punt they've been working on all year long, this is the time you pull it out. But you really cannot give the short field to Beal City. You'd love to punt it here if you're Nouvel, pin Beal back, and then go into the half with a score 21-7. If you're Beal, you obviously want to flip that around, get the ball back, score in this final 1:55, and go into the half with the score 28-7. And considering that Nouvel gets the ball to start the second half, that's a big deal. Because if Nouvel goes in, it's 21-7. They got a chance to make it a 1-score game when they get the ball to start the third quarter. If you're Beal, you somehow get it back and are able to go up by another score here. That could really put a lot of pressure on Saginaw Nouvel. The very dangerous Avery Small walking back in between his own 40 and own 35. Parker Kingsbury ready to boot this one away. 21-7 our score. 1:55 left to go, second quarter. The Aggies have 2 timeouts remaining as they look to get the ball back here. Pressure on the kick. Kingsbury gets it off. It's a good one. Small's got to step out of the way of it. He's not happy with himself. But again, not a bad decision there. We've got a very late flag coming in. A little extracurricular activity out there. We're going to see exactly what the call is. Hunter McDonald seems like he's a little upset with his teammate right now, possibly. And so Beal City is going to have it at their own 15-yard line. Could be backed up even further here. We'll see what the scenario is with the penalty. Our score 21-7. The Aggies are going to take back over regardless of the penalty as it took place after the play. It's going to be offsetting penalties. And so if you're Beal, you're still backed up, but you're now not going to be inside your own 10-yard line. You're going to have it at your own 15-yard line with 1:44 left to go in the second quarter. Last week, it was a similar situation. Not a whole lot of time left in the first half. Beal City had a comfortable lead against Sacred Heart. You wonder what they're going to do. They go to the air on the wheel route to Drew Gross, and so this offense is very, very capable of scoring here in a hurry despite them being 85 yards out. Score updates. Woo, boy, I'll say it again. It's a boat race. Mount Pleasant just throttling Gaylord. They're up 35-0. Going to be a running clock to start the second half unless Gaylord can get something going. And Harbor Beach leads Unionville-Seaboing 21-6. And so right now, all roads next week lead over to the Thumb there in Harbor Beach. Shotgun look for Kyler Smith. Wing back here to the near side is Drew Gross. Wide receiver here to the near side is Aaron Locke. Locke has got single coverage out there with Longtain. He has got the speed to beat him deep. Let's see what happens here on this play. They hand it off to the wingback, trying to find some room here on the near side of Zucker. He makes a big stiff arm to get himself another 5-6 yards before he goes out of bounds at the 35-yard line. What's important about that run from Mr. Zucker, he not only picks up the first down, but he gets out of bounds to stop that clock. So the Aggies can hold on to those 2 and very, very important timeouts. Got our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report coming up. Give you the old derived chart here, and boy, very clean first half here. It was just 3 possessions, or this is the 4th possession here for Beal City. Just 3 possessions in that first half for Saginaw Nouvel. 1:36 left to go. First down and 10 for the Aggies at their own 30. Smith in the gun. Line up in the backfield with them is Braxton Bukovich. The 2 wingbacks are Drew Gross and Gary Zucker. Handoff's going to go to Gross. He's got the outside. He's going to go out of bounds after a pickup or 4 or 5. Gross thought about trying to turn it back in field, but then I think he thought about the clock, the time, and all that scenario. It says, you know what? If I can pick up 5 yards here and we're only taking 3 seconds off the clock, that is a good scenario. So it's now second down and 5. Still 1:30 left to go here in quarter number 2. And this really gives you ability to maybe try and go downfield here on this play on 2nd and 5, as you could still pick it up on 3rd down with that 3rd down and 5. Kyler Smith reiterates the play. We've got a flag coming in here as they broke the huddle. And it's going to be a penalty going against Saginaw Nouvel. I think that's a sideline warning going against Nouvel, so it won't be any yardage here. But I think they're telling the coach of, hey, get back in your zone there a little bit, coach. Here comes that second down and 5 play. Kyler Smith in the gun. 1 wide receiver to each side. Here to the near side, it's Aaron Locke. To the far side, it's the senior, Drake Gatrell. Man in motion gets the handoff. It's Zucker once again. We've got a flag coming in for a hold in the backfield. Zucker's going to go out of bounds for a very short gain, but this one's going to be coming back via the hold here. I'm assuming it's a hold. Starting to learn more and more about football. When that flag gets thrown in the backfield like that, 9 times out of 10, that's going to be coming back. And so that will back up the Aggies. And this drive not going the way you wanted it to. The very first play, you had a big gain from Gary Zucker. He got out of bounds. Second play, you had a decent gain from Drew Gross. He got out of bounds, and now the flag here is going to back up the Aggies. At the half, Division III playoff action, as we've talked about. Mount Pleasant absolutely rolling. Gaylord up 35-0 there. 21-6 still the score with Harbor Beach and Unionville-Seaboing. Montebello up 6-0 on Maryland. 8-man action. Big shout out to my main man, Corey Clark, along with Malley Construction, Brad Malley Well Drilling, and Clark Module Homes. being on top of those score updates for us to give you everything you need to know what's going down with Mid-Michigan football. Fake the handoff. Go over the middle. It's caught by Braxton Bukovich. First down yardage near midfield for Beal City. Oh, and the pitch and catch from Kyler Smith to Braxton Bukovich. The clock will stop for just a moment as those chains move. No timeout coming from Brad Gross. They get the play in very quickly to Kyler Smith. He's lining everybody up. Clock moving. First down at 10. Ball at the 45-yard line of Saginaw Nouvel. Gross in the backfield. Man in motion is Zucker. He gets the handoff. He's got to turn it inside. Big block downfield from Drew Gross. First down yardage as Zucker goes out of bounds. Now in Saginaw Nouvel territory at the 40-yard line. Essentially four or five plays from scrimmage here. Again, the penalties goofing me up a little bit. We'll say this is the sixth play coming up of the drive that started at the 15-yard line. They are now at the Saginaw Nouvel 40-yard line. Still have 2 timeouts and 59 seconds left to go. Start to think about Connor Sienkiewicz again here. A field goal to put you up by 17 instead of 14 in this scenario would be a big deal. Kyler Smith goes under center. Braxton Bukovich lined up behind him. He'll get the pitch here to the near side, run to the short side of the field. He's going to pour out of bounds. He carries a tackler with him out of bounds to stop the clock. Great effort there from Braxton Bukovich. And on the board again is Mount Pleasant, ladies and gentlemen. You had 10-0 Gaylord versus 10-0 Mount Pleasant. Everybody talking about that game being a showdown. Mount Pleasant, absolutely dominating. They lead it 42-0 heading to the half there. And so you're going to have a running clock in Mount Pleasant. Another score update brought to you by our friends Malley Construction, Brad Malley Well Drilling, Clark Modular Homes, Harbor Beach on the board once again, 28-6. And so I feel comfortable saying the winner of this game takes on Harbor Beach in Harbor Beach next week. The Aggies looking to go up by 3 scores here. Hand off to Avery Small. He's got the outside edge. He's got first down yardage. And again, the Aggies intelligently continue to run out of bounds after picking up solid yardage. And so they're saving these timeouts. They've moved it all the way down the field, starting at their own 15-yard line, covering a whole lot of real estate out there. Brought to you by Bryce Updegraff, Joe Wentworth, Bradium Realty, Robbins, Dressman, and Associates. Now with 45 seconds left to go, they're at the Saginaw Nouvel 27-yard line. Play 8 coming up of this drive. They picked up 4 first downs. Kyler Smith has been spectacular running the show here in the first half, as he's been all season long for the Aggies. Coming into tonight, he was 35 of 48 through the air, an unbelievable completion percentage for a high schooler, 716 yards and 14 TDs. They fake the pitch, counter play to Avery Small. One man to beat. He's going to be tripped up. A touchdown-saving tackle from Saginaw Nouvel, but still a solid pickup and another first down for the Aggies. This will be play 9 coming up of the drive. They picked up 5 first downs. They're just chewing up yardage out there. A little bit of goofiness with the chains out there being reset right now, so we're going to have a timeout. Actually, or was that a timeout called by Beal City? Waiting to see. No, that's actually a timeout coming from Saginaw Nouvel as the Aggies are just moving it down the field on them a little too easy. Gates Drilling and Service halftime report coming right up. Hopefully the Aggies punch it in before that with some halftime score updates. So I mentioned Harbor Beach up 28-6 at the half against Unionville-Sebewing. And so again, all roads leading to the Thumb in Harbor Beach next week. I'll be heading to Elkton Pigeon Bayport Laker tomorrow, a 1 o'clock kickoff for Ithaca football. Make sure you join us for that. But it looks like next week we might be heading back there again. And now is officially at the half. Mount Pleasant leads Gaylord 42-0 at the half. Just complete domination in that game. And so they look like they're going to be moving on to a regional semifinal next week. And as somebody who's not a deer hunter, kind of a pipe dream of this guy, we've got the Friday, Saturday action with Beal City, Ithaca. Maybe could have that next week as well. But Harbor Beach, Beal City communities, a lot of hunters there, so I imagine that game could be taking place next Friday. But the Aggies have still got some work to do. It's 21-7. They're up comfortably here in the first half, but they could make it much more comfortable as Nouvel will get the ball to start the second half. You'd love to go up by 3 scores. Lined up at wide receiver to the near side is Aaron Locke. Wide receiver to the far side is Drake Gatrell. In the backfield with Kyler Smith is Gary Zucker at running back to his left. They fake the pitch. Now they throw it out to Aaron Locke. Single coverage out there. It's incomplete. Great coverage from Waylon Longtain. He was with Locke every step of the play. He never turned around to play the ball, but he never made any contact with Aaron Locke to force that pass interference penalty. It's now 2nd down and 10 from the 17-yard line for the Aggies with 24 seconds left to go in half number 1. The Aggies can definitely keep it on the ground here as they've got those 2 timeouts still in their pocket. McDonald, Upton, Bogue, Beitler, Connors. Some of the offensive linemen have been playing great here in the first half for the Aggies. Shotgun look. Now they do pitch it to Zucker. It kind of ran the fake play this moments ago. Great job getting into the backfield by Parker Kingsbury. Could have been a face mask. There is no flag on the play, but that will back up Beal City to make a 3rd down and long. We now have a timeout coming in from Beal City. It's going to be 3rd and call it 14, 15 yards from the 17-yard line. 14 seconds left to go here in the first half. They'll have it at the 22-yard line, 3rd down, and we'll call it 16-17 here. So they still can pick up a 1st down just outside the 5-yard line, it appears here. With 14 seconds left to go, you still do have 1 timeout remaining as well. And so if you're Beal City, you could run the ball here on this 3rd down, maybe try and set yourself up for that field goal to go up by 3 scores. But Brad Gross is much smarter than I am. He's got the scenario already worked out. This will be play number 12, I believe, of the drive coming up. Again, with a couple penalties gone so long, you've had those timeouts, your boy might have it a little goofed up here. 3rd and 14. The Aggies lead it 21-7 here in quarter number 2. Mid-Michigan Sports Network and our Barberry Law Studios built by Konwinski Construction. If something happens here, could very well be in the running for our Bill's Custom fabrication of the game. 3rd and 14 for Kyler Smith. Drew Gross as a wingback. Avery Small as a wingback. It's going to be a throw all the way. Smith going to throw it. It's going to be complete to Avery Small. He's going to get inside the 6-yard line, 5-yard line. It's going to be very close to 1st down yardage, but I don't think it's going to matter much here. It will be 4th down and short with 9 seconds left to go in quarter number 2. The Aggies still have 1 timeout remaining. So again, you could run the ball here, pick up the 1st down, call a timeout, and maybe have 2 shots to the end zone if you really hurry with it. Play 13 of the drive coming up. Think about 13 plays ran. The Aggies got the ball with 1:44 left to go in the 2nd quarter. They have done think about how much trouble there is in the NFL with, running the clock management. The Aggies doing a great job of that here in the first half. Now we're going to have a timeout from Saginaw Nouvel. They saw the formation Beal City came out in, and they were not comfortable. Beal City had 3 wide receivers to the far side of the field: Gatrell, Drew Gross, Drake Gatrell, Garrison Zucker, and Drew Gross. They were all lined up to the far side, kind of tight to the formation as wide receivers or wingbacks, you could call them. I think Saginaw Nouvel saw that, something they haven't seen before, and said, hold on here. Let's call a timeout and reset things here. 9 seconds left to go in the 2nd quarter. Beal City's up 21-7. They're facing a 4th down and 1 from the Saginaw Nouvel 8-yard line. They still have a timeout in the pocket, so a run is still in play here, and maybe that's what you do is you spread everybody out and you let Kyler Smith run the ball. Talk about how great he's been throwing the football this year. You don't think about it, but he's just as slippery, just as dangerous as anybody else in the open field. Bukovich on the year coming into tonight, 90 carries for 853 yards, or 833. Eric Elias, 21 carries, 237. Zucker, 51 carries for 591. Avery Small, 23 carries for 300. Carnes, 40 carries for 317. Drew Gross, 31 carries for 522. That's the problem if you're Saginaw Nouvel. You got 7 guys that Beal City could potentially go to here on a 4th down and 1 situation. Same formation. Kyler Smith with an empty set. Avery Small is a wing back to the near side. To the far side, it's Gross, it's Zucker, it's Gatro. I imagine they're going to be blockers for Avery Small. That's the play. Small's got to get the edge. Gets a block on the outside from Jarrett Latham. Touchdown, Avery Small on the 13th play of the drive with 1 second left to go in the first half. Big time run there from Avery Small on the 4th down touchdown carry. What a drive from the Aggies. They run 13 plays and a minute 43 because there's still 1 second left to go. What a response from the defending state champion Beal City Aggies. It could have been 21-7 at the half. The Panthers with the momentum, but the Aggies, the old Lee Corso, not so fast, my friend, are able to go up 27-7. Connor Sienkiewicz out there with the extra point. A little bit of a high snap. Smith gets it down. The kick is up. It is no good. Missed here to the near side. So score 27-7. Still 1 second remaining here before our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report. But oh boy, what a first half for Beal City, only to be outdone by the Mount Pleasant Oilers. This week, it was even M Live talking about where you could watch that game with 10-0 Gaylord, 10-0 Mount Pleasant, myself and Adam Gursky talking about that earlier this week. Both of us just kind of saying, Gaylord's 10-0 is not the same as Mount Pleasant's 10-0, and that is proving true in the first half. At the half, at Community Memorial Stadium, the Mount Pleasant Oilers lead Gaylord 42-0. Harbor Beach up at the half on Unionville Seaboing 28-6. Montebello up at the half on Merrill 6-0. Battle there in 8-man football action. And while this is the district final, I believe that would be the regional final. Montebello wins that game. They're in the semifinal next week. They win that one. They're up at the Upper Dome for the state championship. But what a drive from Beal City to go up 27-7. They got it, or Saginaw Nouvel got it with 3:03 left in the second quarter. Beal forced him into a 3-and-out, and then with 1:44, just great clock management all the way down the field. All the ball carriers making sure they get out of bounds to stop the clock to save the timeouts. Here it comes. Going to be a run all the way for the ball carrier. Vance tries to get slippery, but he's going to be brought down at the 36-yard line, and that will take us to halftime. The Aggies lead it 27-7. Back with our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant.
Jenna Gates
and Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Welcome on into our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report. Chris Bachman and Corey Clark here at the press box at Frank A. Schaefer Field. 27-7, our halftime score here. The winner of this game looks like they're going to play Harbor Beach. Harbor Beach is up 28-6 at the half on Unionville Seaboing. Montebello up 6-0 on Merrill. But the big, I don't know if I want to call it shocker, but the big update to bring everybody, if you haven't been listening here in the first half, it's 42-0 at Community Memorial Stadium. Mount Pleasant absolutely boat racing Gaylord, playing their best game of the year in the district final. And so, holy moly, what a performance there. And Beal City, with that last touchdown, kind of looking at maybe what a performance here. What a big difference that is, the score 27-7, as opposed to the score being 21-7. And the winner of the Mount Pleasant is going to win that game. They're up 42-0 at the half. Mount Pleasant is boat racing Gaylord. They play the winner of East Grand Rapids and Coopersville. Coopersville came into the playoffs last week at 4-5 and upset 8-1 Grand Rapids Kanawha Hills. And so East Grand Rapids and Coopersville, it's East Grand Rapids up 6-0 right now. Mount Pleasant will play the winner of that game as they're absolutely rolling in their district championship. What a big drive to end that second quarter for the Beal City Aggies. They're up 27-7. It's time for This Week in MHSA Sports with John Ross. When we come back, I'll break down the drive chart for you and get you all set up for the second half. But I've got a feeling if the Aggies can get a stop on the first possession of the second half from Saginaw Nouvel, Nouvel is going to feel all the air come out of their sideline. All the momentum is going to be wearing the royal blue pants and the royal blue jerseys. We're back with the second world, more of our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report right after this. Time for This Week in MHSA Sports with John Ross.
Jenna Gates
and Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant. Good luck to all of our local athletes from Bill's Custom Fab.
The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years. We have all seen this sticker, maybe in Mount Pleasant, Beal City, Ithaca, or Traverse City. There is a reason you see that sticker everywhere. That's because Dick Sova Auto Sales has been selling sharp used cars and trucks for 3 generations. Stop in to see the Sova family in downtown Shepherd for your next low-mileage, immaculate car and see why they're known for over 40 years of fantastic customer service. Or you can view their inventory now at DickSovaAutoSales.com. Dick Sova Auto Sales, selling sharp used cars and trucks and supporting sharp student-athletes. Powell Frame and Collision knows we all spend a lot of time looking out the windshield. So if yours gets cracked, dented, damaged, or destroyed, Powell Frame and Collision, along with their expert collision service, now offers expert auto glass replacement. Working with insurance, they can replace all makes and all models, including new advanced driver assistance system windshields. Mention you saw this ad and you can get $100 off of your windshield replacement. Powell Frame and Collision, downtown Shepherd. For over 4 decades, ENS Graphics has delivered confidence, trust, and peace of mind by providing their customers with expert service and using state-of-the-art technology. We all know in sports, what's on the inside counts the most. But when it comes to your business, school, organization, what's on the outside does matter. If your business needs anything printed, ENS Graphics can do it. If you want your club, team, organization to look good, ENS can help with that. They take your vision and make it their mission. ENS Graphics, a proud supporter of the Mid-Michigan community and their local athletes. Visit ENS Graphics at their location down in Ithaca or visit their website at esgraphics.com. ENS Graphics, printing all things physical.
An unbreakable record is shattered at cross-country finals, and a couple of soccer championships need more than just overtime to determine winners. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. As a freshman, Natasha Dudek ran the 9th fastest time in MHSAA cross-country finals history. Not bad. What she did this year as a sophomore, though, is unbelievable. Dudek led her school, Ann Arbor Pioneer, to a Lower Peninsula Division I team title, and in the process ran the fastest race in the history of the MHSAA cross-country finals, beating the old record by a whopping 19 seconds. Her time of 16 minutes, 9.5 seconds, is well in front of the previous record holder, Rachel Forsyth, also from Pioneer. And Dudek's older sister, Sophia, won the 2019 Division I title with a time just over 17 minutes, which is one of the state's top 10 fastest. Second place in Division I this year went to Rachel Smith of Okemos, another sophomore. Her time was also good enough to make the top 10 in event history, but it was almost 1 minute behind Dudek. And Dudek will have 2 more chances to break her own record as a junior and senior in the upcoming years. For complete coverage of the cross-country finals held for the 30th year at Michigan International Speedway in Brooklyn, please check out MHSAA.com. While there, you can see championship race records for both boys and girls, by division, and for team and individuals. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the past week. First, Grosse Pointe South's Ethan Morgan. He had a pick six in a 28-27 playoff win over Roseville. This is the second straight year that South has knocked Roseville out of the playoffs with a 1-point win. Detroit Cast Tech's Corey Sadler had a big day in a 46-3 win over Northville. The senior caught 3 passes for 110 yards and returned a punt 80 yards for a touchdown as the defending champion technicians started their title defense off on the right foot. And at Gaylord's Mason Salisbury, he caught a game-winning touchdown pass from Kelson Snyder with 20 seconds left, giving Gaylord a 38-34 win over Marquette and keeping the Blue Devils undefeated on the season.
Graduating seniors could qualify for a tuition-free skills certificate or associate degree through the new Community College Guarantee, no matter their GPA or your household income. Or if your child plans to attend a 4-year university or career school, the Michigan Achievement Scholarship Program has them covered. They could get up to $27,500 toward a bachelor's degree or up to $4,000 for career training. Complete the FAFSA to get started at mi.gov/achievement.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
In cross country, all runners must start the race wearing 2 shoes. But how many must they have on at the end of the race? If a runner loses one or both shoes during the course of the race, they are not required to stop and put it back on. If your shoe gets stepped on and comes off, or if you run through a muddy portion of the course and lose a shoe, you can continue on. A runner can finish the race with both, one, or no shoes, but the race must be started with 2. And as to what makes up of a shoe, it must have 2 parts, an upper and a lower, such as a sole and a fastenable top portion. You would not be able to start a race wearing just socks or slippers.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, please go to the MHSAA website now to register. 4 boys soccer teams earned finals trophies over the weekend, 2 of them via a shootout. All 4 championship games were played at Grand Ledge High School. The shootouts came in divisions 1 and 4. Leland's Howie Kropp converted the winning kick from the spot in the D4 final, a win over Grosse Pointe Woods University Liggett. It gave Leland its first soccer title since 2018. Jace Hanley netted the shootout winner in Division I, giving Portage Central the win over Ann Arbor Huron. Portage Central goalie Gunnar Thorhalson stopped all 11 shots he faced in regulation for the Mustangs and got a stop in the shootout as well. In Division II, Warren De La Salle Collegiate won a second straight title, defeating Hudsonville Unity Christian 2-0. And in Division III, Detroit Country Day beat South Haven 4-1. It's Country Day's 16th boys soccer title, an MHSAA record. For more on all 4 matchups, please be sure to check out the coverage at MHSAA.com. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross. We'll be back next week.
Hey guys, it's Tanya from Clark Modular Homes. I'm here to talk to you today about who we are and what we do. Clark's opened in 1983 and has been centrally located right here in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. We have one of the largest display centers with around 12 to 15 homes on display all year round. We have a fully experienced staff. We also have an in-house project manager who can pull our permits and coordinate our job from start to finish. We are proud to have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. We are our own contractor, making it a one-stop shop for you for your home building needs. As the owner would say, we can do it all.
Brad Malley Well Drilling has proudly served Mid-Michigan since the early 1990s. We are family-owned with 3 licensed drillers and over 100 years of experience. We specialize in 5-inch PVC water wells and systems ranging from 2 to 12 inches. Every well we do includes a 5-year warranty and 1-year parts and labor guarantee. We are available 24/7, and you'll always talk to a real person. Call Brad Malley Well Drilling today for a free estimate. Trusted service, generation after generation.
Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill by standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes. Blockco Pools and Spas is Mid-Michigan's #1 pool and hot tub destination that will turn your old space into your #1 destination. From delivery of a full pool for the family to the relaxing hot tub for after work for mom and dad, Blockco Pools and Spas does it all. Stop by their showroom on Remus Road to check out their beautiful selection of hot tubs and learn how you can build the pool of your dreams.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes.
Pure sportsmanship is the most important thing in high school sports. When it comes to your home or business, Pure Plumbing just might be the most important thing. If your plumbing isn't pure, don't worry, no one needs to see the other angle. For Pure Plumbing, call 989-644-8928 or visit mipureplumbing.com. Block Electric Company in Wademan has been powering Michigan for over 30 years. There's no job too big or too small for Block Electric Company, like an entire school or something simple at the home, like making sure the outdoor lighting, thermostat, or ceiling fan is installed professionally. Block Electric Company is a proud supporter of local schools and high school student athletes, learning skills in and out of the classroom to lead our communities tomorrow. Good luck to all student athletes from Block Electric Company, and go Aggies.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report. The Aggies up 27-7 at the half. What a drive it was to close out that first half. Go through a drive chart here. Aggies got the ball to start the game at their own 40-yard line. 8 plays, 3 first downs. Touchdown catch from Garrison Zucker from Kyler Smith on a beautiful fade route as Zucker went up and bossed the defender. Saginaw Nouvel got it. They had a 3rd down and long, converted that. Their second 3rd down and long had an open wide receiver, went right through the wickets. Beal City took over up 7-0. 5:08 left to go in the first quarter. Gary Zucker had a 40-plus yard run on the very first play of the drive. 4 plays later, on the 5th play of the drive, Drew Gross took it in for a touchdown. Saginaw Nouvel then got the ball back, went on a 10-play drive, picked up a couple long 3rd downs, and had a big-time first down pitch and catch from Ziegelman to Longtain. Ziegelman ended up taking it in for a 14-yard touchdown run on the 10th play of the drive to make it 14-7. And that was the most consequential touchdown that Beal City has given up this entire year. Before that TD, the only touchdown they had given up to make a game closer than that was when McBain scored to make it a 21-point game. They scored to make it 28-7 late 3rd quarter in that one, just to point out how impressive that was for Nouvel to get into the end zone. But Beal City answered right back. 12-play drive starting at their own 20-yard line, chewed off about 9 minutes of clock. Huge 3rd down and 17 screen pass to Braxton Bukovich that went away all the way to the house for a touchdown. It was called back from the end zone because of a holding penalty, but the holding penalty occurred so far downfield it was still first down yardage for Beal City. Then on fourth down, it was a touchdown to Mr. Gary Zucker, his second catch for a TD in the first half. Saginaw Nouvel then had it with 3:03 left to go in the first half at their own 26-yard line. Felt like it was very crucial for them to come out and score. They go 3 and out, give it back to Beal City at their own 15-yard line with 1:44 left to go. Clock management in the NFL, it's always a train wreck. The clock management at the end of the first half from Beal City was unbelievable. 85 yards, minute 43 in 13 plays, 5 first downs. There's a touchdown run on fourth down from Avery Small to make it 27-7 with 1 second left in the first half. After that kickoff, that was it. 27-7, our halftime score. Going to send it out to another break. Back with the second half right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Value is not just a price. When you buy something for your home, it's an investment. Knowing that you're getting a great deal and service after the sale is priceless. At Woods Household, we only carry quality products for your home at competitive prices. Furniture that is attractive and durable. Comfortable mattresses that last for years. Flooring that stands up to wear and tear. These are all products that last by trusted name brands like FlexSteel, Serta, Whirlpool, and many more. So shop the Woods way.
Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher Day or give them a call at 989-317-8582. Malley Construction in Mount Pleasant are experts in residential and commercial construction. From poured walls, flat work, pipe work, and road work, Malley Construction does it all. And they are Michigan Department of Transportation pre-qualified. Malley Construction is family-owned and a proud supporter of local high school sports. Bryce Updegraff with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates thanks the coaches and officials who put in the time to help student athletes achieve their dreams and goals. For all of your real estate needs, the Bryce is right with Bryce Updegraff. With Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, 989-620-6595. The Diner, where homemade favorites come to life every day for breakfast and lunch. From fluffy pancakes to savory sandwiches, The Diner has your cravings covered. Discover the perfect blend of comfort food and camaraderie at The Diner. Join them every Friday night till 7 for their famous fish fry. The Diner on North Mission, Mount Pleasant.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network at our Barberry Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Much love also to Sydney's Judges Bench. My last stop before every Beal City football game, the Beal City Village Store, Smith & Sons, Mount Pleasant Heating and AC, Isabella Community Sportsplex, and Dance Again Dress Consignment Shop. Kickoff is going to be fielded here, the near side. Returner trying to find through the far side. Breaking through a couple tackles is the big man, Kingsbury. He's across the 50, now down to the 30. He's going to be drugged down. We've got a very, very late flag coming in from the back of the play from the white hat. If you're Nouvel, that flag came in so late, you're going to be pretty furious if this one backs you up.
Knowing that you're getting a great deal and service after the sale.
And pardon me for not pausing our Woods Household commercial there. Big shout out to the crew at Woods. They deserve all the love, but it was a big-time kickoff return from Kingsbury across the 50, down to the 30 in Beal City territory. But we had a very, very late flag coming in from behind the kickoff return. And so we'll see where Saginaw Nouvel is going to take over. They could have had it first down and 10 at the Beal City 30. But it now looks like they are going to be backed up into their own territory. A huge penalty. What a return it was from Parker Kingsbury. He got it on the far side of the field, kind of turned it up towards the middle, then ran a little bit here to the near side, cut it back towards the far side once again. It's an unbelievable return for the big junior. Again, the officials still talking to Coach Weigel over there on the far sideline. And where the officials are standing, it appears the hold occurred at the the Nouvel 45-yard line, so that's where they will back them up 10 yards. and the penalty just came in so late. The play had been over for 4 or 5 seconds. There was nobody around when the flag was thrown. But it is a good penalty, though, if you're a Beal City fan, as Saginaw Nouvel was going to be lined up for it. But now they're backed up at their own 25-yard line. That is about a 50-yard penalty there when you consider the yardage. Whew, boy, I guess we're going to call it their own 30-yard line here. This is the season for Saginaw Nouvel right here. You cannot give the ball back to Beal City down 20 points in the second half. You have to score a touchdown here if you are the Panthers. Run up the middle, maybe a gain of 1 or 2. Ben Gottschalk, Aaron Locke, also Avery Small, Nick Irvin, all coming out of that pile for Beal City. And when I got to call 4 or 5 names coming out of the pile for a gain of 1 or 2, that's always good news for Aggie fans. 2nd down and 7, wide receiver here to the near side, Waylon Longtain. Wide receiver to the far side, Parker Kingsbury. Single coverage for Avery Small and Gary Zucker. Fake the handoff, quarterback's going to run it. Oh, boy, big J&J Auto collision report out there. Woo-hoo! Drake Gatrill tonight is laying the hammer down on the ball carriers for Saginaw Nouvel. A big-time smash out there from the senior Gatrill. As soon as basketball season starts, he's going to be headed towards 1,000 points beginning of his senior year as well. I'm very excited to watch him and his younger brother, the freshman Grady Gatrill, on the hardwood. Big 3rd down play here for Saginaw Nouvel. Unless you get backed up, you're probably going to go for it in this scenario. I'd expect him to keep it on the ground, 2 plays here to try and pick up that 3 yards. Handoff up the middle, nowhere to go. Upton is there on the play. Irvin is there on the play. It's going to bring up 4th down, and a big decision for Coach Drew Weagle on the far side of the field. Ooh, boy. I feel like they've got to go for it. Beal's had the ball 4 times. They have scored 4 times. If you punt it back to them here, it's just going to make it difficult. But if you don't get this here, you're setting up Beal City. They just need 38 yards to get into the end zone once again. Here we go. 4th down play. Saginaw Nouvel is lining up in the gun. 3 wide receivers to the far side of the field. Not the ball game right here, but pretty much so. Here comes the shotgun look for Ziegelman. They're going to send a man in motion. They're going to fake the handoff. It's going to be a run up the middle for Ziegelman. He's got 1st down yardage. He's blasted by Grady Gatrill, but they will pick up the 1st down on 4th down to keep their season alive. 4th down conversion there. Keeps the ball with the Panthers, and I feel like that, like I said, that keeps your season alive. You're already down 3 scores every time Beal City's had it in the first half. All 4 times they had 4 touchdowns, even when they only had 1:44 and 85 yards to go. They still found a way to get into the end zone. So you have to get into the end zone here if you're Nouvel. He just picked up that huge 4th down conversion. Let's see what happens here on 1st down and 10. 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers, 4 defensive backs for the Aggies on this play. Man in motion, wide receiver goes to the near side. Going to be a handoff, running back trying to find some room, runs through 1 arm tackle, brought down by a couple Aggies, but a decent run out there for Saginaw Nouvel. On the carry was Mr. Owen Vance. It's been Vance and Garcia carrying the rock along with Ziegelman. And things going good in Montebello now as well. They are starting to roll Merrill. They're up 26-0. It's a pretty close game earlier this year. Montebello's only losses to Portland St. Pat's, who's in the D2 8-man playoffs. So Montebello looks like they're headed to the state semifinals and winning a regional championship in 8-man football. Run all the way here. We got a flag coming in for a hold. They didn't get the 1st down either way. Owen Vance had nowhere to go on that play. This is going to back up Saginaw Nouvel. So it was 2nd down and 3. It would have been a 3rd down and very short situation, but now they're going to back him up. It's going to be 2nd down and 13 probably. This will be the 5th play of the drive coming up for Saginaw Nouvel. Player down on the field for the Panthers. That's going to allow me to send it off to a commercial break to hear from our friends at Mount Pleasant Automotive, and the crew will be back with more Aggie football right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Mount Pleasant Automotive on Mission has been serving local auto shops and do-it-yourselfers since 1988. Mount Pleasant Automotive is locally owned and carries all the auto part, car care products, and auto maintenance supplies you will need. Visit them online at mtpleasantautomotive.com. Mount Pleasant Automotive, caring for our cars and our local student athletes. Konwinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Konwinski Construction is a leader in the community and are proud to support those student athletes who will be leading our community tomorrow. Konwinski Construction on Gover Parkway, Mount Pleasant. And Corey Clark made me eat some words. He said, Traverse City Central, Muskegon scored a watch. I says, yeah, right, man. Muskegon's going to boat race him. Big shout out to Gina Hodek and the crew from Traverse City Central. 16-14 Traverse City up on Muskegon. Shotgun look here, second down and long for Saginaw Nouvel. 8:15 left to go. Aaron Locke in the backfield to bring down the quarterback, Ziegelman. He tried to fake the handoff and get to the far side of the field. The ball also came loose, but they're going to say Ziegelman is down on the play. But Aaron Locke in the backfield with the TFL. Now a long way to go for Saginaw Nouvel. And this game really starting to turn in the favor of the Beal City Aggies, the defending state champions. They are 10-0, looking to move to 11-0 on the year and play for a regional championship next week. And all things are pointing to Harbor Beach. I'm going to have to maybe call Bill Chillman early this week and ask him, you can be wearing a Harbor Beach Pirate hat or a Beal City Aggie hat next week. The longtime superintendent here, now the superintendent at Harbor Beach Schools. Long throw, tipped, almost intercepted. Grady Gatrell tipped it, almost intercepting it. On the dive was Kyler Smith. It's now 4th down and a mile for Saginaw Nouvel, and you're going to have to punt this one away. They picked up a 4th and short earlier on this drive in Beal City territory, but now with a 4th down and 18 situation, you have to punt it to Beal. This will be the 5th time the Aggies have had the football. They have scored all 4 times they've had it. So if you're Nouvel, it comes down to your defense. Another score update brought to you by Malley Construction, Brad Malley Well Drilling, and Clark Modular Homes. Midland Dow up on East Lansing, 13-12 in the 4th quarter. A lot of pressure on the kick. Avery Small is just going to let this one go. It's a great punt. It's going to roll out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. What a punt from Mr. Kingsbury. He's been one of the better players out there for Saginaw Nouvel. I've called his name a whole lot. But here comes the Beal City offense, averaging about 47 points per game through 10 games. They're 10-0 on the year. They're taking over with 7:17 left to go. And they're going to have it at their own 10-yard line. The last time we saw them with the football, they started at their own 15-yard line and only had 1:44 left to go in the first half. What did they do? 13 plays into the end zone on a 4th down touchdown run from Avery Small. 7:17 left to go, 3rd quarter. If we see a patented Beal City Aggie drive here getting into the end zone, that's going to wrap this one up. I formation look, strong eye look. Hand off to the deep back, trying to find some room is Bukovich. Stays on his feet for a 1st down. Carries a tackler with him out to the 35-yard line. The sophomore with a big run, picking up a 1st down. And coming into tonight, combining his receiving yards and rushing yards, you're right around 900 total yards on the year for Braxton Bukovich. So he is now nearing the 1,000-yard mark from scrimmage for the sophomore. Coming off the sideline here is Bukovich. Replacement coming in for him. Those substitutions, those replacement parts are brought to you by Mount Pleasant Automotive. Just like Coach Gross needs a replacement out there, so do you for your car. They have got him for you. Long throw out here to Zucker. He's got to adjust, and he makes the catch. Oh, boy. What a catch from Gary Zucker. Maybe the first time ever you'll see Kyler Smith short arm one. Zucker has to adjust. He turns. He makes the catch. And now they're trying to say incomplete. There is no way that was a clear catch. Even Adam Gursky was right there with the video camera saying, come on, guys. He came back and got the, no, they're going to wave it off. You have got to be kidding me. Oh, my goodness. Zucker with the adjustment looked like he got his hands underneath of the football. And I don't often say I've got the great view, but that one was right in front here. But it's now 2nd down and 10 Third play of the drive coming up here for Beal City. Had the big run from Bukovich, and then what looked like the big catch from Zucker ultimately called incomplete. Woo, boy. But if you're Beal City, you're up 27-7. You just got to shake that off and come out here for the next play. Drew Gross is the deep back in the I formation. He gets the handoff. They kind of bump into each other, him and Smith in the backfield. Gross still looks to get the outside. Got a late flag coming in. Gross was ultimately turned back in by John Carlson and brought down in the backfield. And so if this becomes third down and long, that, I'm going to say, kind of missed call out there could start to loom large and keep Saginaw Nouvel in this football game, because it looked like Zucker had clearly caught it with his hands underneath the football. The official closest to him called it a catch, but then they came in and they waved it off, said incomplete. And it looks like this flag might be going against Nouvel. White hat kind of giving the point in the direction to be positive, and they are marking off the yardage here. That's going to be a Nouvel flag. Maybe a little bit of a makeup call there for that little miscalculation on the catch, non-catch, I will say. But they're still talking with Coach Weigel over there. I'm waiting them to mark off some yardage. Beal City's huddled up. Kyler Smith on the sideline talking to head coach Brad Gross. Big shouts to Barberry Law, Gates Drilling and Service, Bill's Custom Fab, The Bird All-American Grill, Clark Modular Homes, Weefrich Financial, Woods Household, Brad Malley Well Drilling, Malley Construction, J&J Auto, Blockco Pools and Spas, Conwinski Construction, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, ENS Graphics, Mount Pleasant Automotive, along with Bryce Updegraff, Joe Wentworth, Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. It's actually a penalty going against Beal City that will be declined. They'll make it third down and long here for the Aggies. Drew Gross lined up at fullback behind Kyler Smith. Wing back to the near side is Gary Zucker. Lined up at wide receiver. Also to the near side is Aaron Locke. They hand it off to Elias. He's got to turn it upfield immediately. He's got nowhere to go. He's going to be brought down for a loss on the play. Big stand here by the Saginaw Nouvel defense. Maybe, take advantage of a missed call out there as well. But it's now fourth down, and you're going to finally get a stop if you are Saginaw Nouvel to keep yourselves in this game. Rob, now the clock has continued to move. We are halfway through quarter number 3. Fourth down and 12 coming up here for Beal City. Some last-second substitutions coming in, coming out right now for the Aggies. Make sure everybody's lined up in the right spot. Kyler Smith is going under center like he might go for it. We've seen the pitch to Elias, and then he punts it here a few times. That's what they want to do in this scenario. It will be a boot from Elias. It's going to be returned on the run by Longtain. He gets away from one man, but Gross is going to bring him down near midfield. So 27-7 remains the score. If you're Saginaw Nouvel, I'll say you get the miracle stop there, essentially. Only 2 minutes or less than 2 minutes come off the clock. Saginaw Nouvel's got it. 5:34 left in the third quarter. They've got it in Beal City territory at the Aggie 47. If Nouvel is going to get back in this game, it's going to happen right now. The Aggie defense, if they get a big stand here, should be in good shape with the time that's left in this ball game, because it is a 3-score game right now. 27-7, Beal with the lead. Saginaw Nouvel with their second possession here of the first half. Quick throw here to the near side on the wide receiver screen. Great tackle by Avery Small in the open field. He came up and absolutely cleaned up John Carlson. Carlson with a little bit of size on him as well. Avery Small got low, got into the legs of the ball carrier, brought him down. Big-time play here on the near side from Avery Small. Just a 3-yard gain on the wide receiver screen. If they get past Small, that one's probably going a long way. Second down and 7. 3 wide to the far side of the field for Saginaw Nouvel. In the shotgun is Ziegelman. Lined up here to the near side at tight end is John Carlson. Quick throw out to the far side on the wide receiver screen. It's going to be dropped on the far side of the field. Parker Kingsbury started running with the football before he brought it in. Another score update brought to you by Brad Malley, Well Drilling, Malley Construction, Clark Modular Homes, and we'll also say our friends at the Bird and Weefrich Financial. 26-0, Montebello now in control against Merrill. They're going to win an 8-man regional championship and head to the state semifinals in 8-man football next week, where they will most likely take on Norway at a neutral site. Pistol formation for Saginaw Nouvel. 3rd down and 7. 450 left in the third quarter. Man in motion, going to the far side of the field. They're going to hand it off, trying to find some room up the middle. It's Carlson. There's Upton. Big hit out there from Jacob Upton. J&J Auto collision report. Hunter McDonald, Drake Gatrell come in to help finish the play. Big time play out there from Mr. Upton from his linebacker position. The senior not wanting this to be his last game. When it comes to the seniors for this Beal City team, that's what's scary if you kind of like look around, as this is still predominantly a junior-led team. Shotgun look here on 4th down. Again, this isn't the game, but it is the game here on 4th down and 6. Nouvel has to pick this up. Rolling to the near side. Throw by Ziegelman. Incomplete. Caught on the sideline by head coach Brad Gross, but he's out of bounds for the Aggies as he brings that one in. But that's going to be a turnover on downs. That's going to give it back to Beal City. Again, the closest wide receiver there was head coach Brad Gross for Beal City, and he shows he's still got it on the sideline as he brought in that bullet throw from Mr. Ziegelman, but Ziegelman wanted his wide receiver to bring that one in. 4:02 left to go here in the third quarter. A little bit of a stalemate here between these two defenses. But again, if you're Beal City, you get into the end zone here, it's going to make it a really, really tough scenario. You're already up 3 scores. There's 4:02 left to go in the third quarter. Bogue, McDonald, Latham, Connors, Beitler out there, offensive line, defensive line, been doing so great up front for the Aggies tonight. Zucker goes in motion. He gets the handoff. There's Latham again on the pull-out block from guard to spring Zucker into the open field. Touchdown saving tackle at the 30-yard line, or just outside of that, is going to bring down Zucker. That's Zucker's second 25-plus yard run tonight. He had a 40-yard run on the first play of the drive, on the second drive of the game for the Aggies. Now here on the first play of the second drive of the second half for the Aggies, he's got another huge run to get him deep into Nouvel Panther territory. And you start to think about that Zayd Batchelder baller of the game, brought to you by Weefrich Financial and our Bill's Custom Fab fabrication of the game. Zucker's got 2 huge runs. He has 2 huge touchdown catches for Beal City. He has been dominant tonight. One of those seniors I mentioned, it's Irvin, Bogue, Gatrell, Zucker out there well at the senior positions, along with Mr. Beitler. Handoff, not a hole. Actually, nice job charging forward up front there, picking up 5 or 6 yards. And again, if you're Beal City, tick, tick, tick. The clock continues to run. It is now one of your best friends. 27-7 our score. Score updates. Mount Pleasant was up 42-0 at the half versus Gaylord. What a dominant performance from Coach McIntyre, Xavier Crazier, and the crew. Harbor Beach, last we knew, was up 28-6 on Unionville-Sebewaing. So it looks like next week in Harbor Beach, the Aggies, the Pirates, find out if that game's on a Friday or a Saturday. But again, with all the deer hunters at both these schools, I imagine it's going to find a way to be on a Friday night. What a play from Avery Small. Kind of waits for his blocker, Hunter McDonald, for a couple extra seconds. As McDonald goes in front of him, he's able to cut it back for first down yardage. What a play out there from Small to kind of wait for his lineman to get there to make that play. Something you don't see very often. Just an excellent play. And 35-12, Harbor Beach up on USA. 5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. So Harbor Beach has got that one locked up. Looks like the Aggies are going to lock this one up here if they get into the end zone. And so we can start to think, we can start to dream about that possible regional final matchup next week. The Aggies, the Pirates, we'll be there wherever it is, whenever it is. Zucker, the wingback here to the near side, lined up at wide receiver, also to the near side as the freshman Grady Gatrell. Hand off to Eric Elias. Elias just pours it ahead to the 5-yard line before he's brought down. 2:20 left in the third quarter. Second down, and call it 2 or 3 here for the Aggies. They can still pick up a first down without getting into the end zone. Elias coming out of the play. Bukovic coming in for him. Looks like Drew Gross may be checking back in as well. Those substitutions brought to you by our friends at Mount Pleasant Automotive. Just like Coach Gross needs to send in replacements here and there throughout the game, Mount Pleasant Automotive knows your vehicle needs replacement parts. Stop by Zach Michelle and the crew there, and they will get you hooked up. Going under center is Kyler Smith. The deep back is Braxton Bukovic. They're going to hand this one off to Avery Small, the wingback. He's into the end zone. Touchdown! Avery Small on the 5th play of the drive. Small's second touchdown run of the ball game. The other one a bit more dramatic on 4th down. This one here on the 1st and goal was that, yeah, something like that. But what a play. It is now 33-7 Beal City. And if you're the Panthers, it's kind of all the air coming out of the sideline of Saginaw Nouvel after that big touchdown run from Avery Small. Connor Sienkiewicz out there for the extra point. 33-7 Aggies. Again, Harbor Beach up big. It's already the 4th quarter with Unionville Seaboing. And so it's going to be the Aggies and the Pirates next week. We still got 1:37 left in the 4th quarter ahead. Saginaw Nouvel is not going to quit in this one. We'll take a break and be back with more Aggie District Championship football on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Mr. Nate Batchelder heading out of here with this 34-7 score. Big shout out to him, Jen, Ryan, and the crew. I always joke, first family here at the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. My main man, Zaid Batchelder, watching down from on high. Very excited about what he is seeing from the Aggies here tonight. It's 34-7. Beal City looking to move to 11-0 on the year. The defending state champion from last year. Little J&J Auto collision report out there between Cadence Carnes and Owen Vance on the kickoff return there. One score update. Kind of let you know about and what we'll be watching. In the 4th quarter, Midland Dow leads East Lansing 13-12. Midland Dow hosting that game, but East Lansing probably still kind of the favorite. Again, if you're one of those Grand Rapids teams, one of those Lansing teams, you're just not intimidated when you come north. But that score, and then what Mount Pleasant's doing tonight, kind of boasts a long way of how good that Saginaw Valley North League is this year. Mount Pleasant is now going to be 11-0 as they're up 42-0 against Gaylord. Ball's going to go down in the backfield. Diving on it in the backfield is going to be Owen Vance. It's going to be a big loss there, and that's what I talked about, that momentum coming out of the air. And it's already a final in Mount Pleasant, 42-0 over Gaylord. Holy moly, that second half went really, really quick for Coach McIntyre, Coach Bubba McLean in the crew. Maybe here in the 4th quarter, maybe even see if we can get a call from Bubba McLean to see how that game went. 3 wide receivers here to the near side for Ziegelman. 1 wide receiver to the far side, second down in a mile after the mishap on the first play. They want to go to the air. Pump fake. Gross is in the backfield. The throw is going to be intercepted by Aaron Locke. He's going to go to the end zone. Gets a lead block from Jacob Upton. He turns it in. Touchdown, Aaron Locke on the pick 6. 40-7 is the score. What a play. And now that's back-to-back defensive or special teams touchdowns in a district final from Aaron Locke, as he scored on the pump block last year in Maple City Glen Lake. That was kind of the big play to turn that game. Here he's got the big touchdown on the INT. Credit to Drew Gross forcing the pressure on the quarterback. And similar to that one didn't put it out of reach versus Glen Lake. It gave the Aggies the momentum, but you got a feeling the pick 6 is going to kind of end this one. And if there was any momentum left for Saginaw Nouvel, it's definitely gone now as the junior Aaron Locke goes to the house on the It is 40-7 Beal City with the extra point coming up from Sienkiewicz. It is up. It is good. Almost over the goalpost there. 41-7 our score. What a performance from the Beal City Aggies here in the district championship game. We're going to take a break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. When we come back, the Aggies continuing to roll here in the district championship game on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant.
Jenna Gates.
And Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Welcome back inside our Barbary Law Studios, built by Conwincy Construction. Our score here, 41-7. What a performance tonight from the Beal City Aggies. Here comes the kick. Saginaw Nouvel ready to receive it. It's going to be a dribbler of a kick fielded by Longtain. He's actually going to fumble it a bit. And again, that's what happens when you get down in these games. You know things are coming to an end. There's Gator. The ball comes loose. The ball comes loose. I'm waiting to see whose football it's going to be. Waiting to see the white hat. I think he's going to say the player was down on the play. But holy moly. What a performance from these Aggies. And we're turning the old Bluetooth on the phone right now, see if we can get things connected, and maybe we'll see if we can get a call from Bubba McLean to talk about the absolute domination from Mount Pleasant over Gaylord. Kind of waiting for the sideline. Looks like there's a player coming in very, very late for Saginaw Nouvel. Shotgun look, handoff, ball carrier trying to find some room. Does have some room to the far side of the field. Going to be pushed out by Drake Gatrill. He's still got 20 seconds left to go here in the first half. Hey, Bubba, can you hear me? So again, trying to bring Bubba McLean in here on the old Bluetooth with the phone. See if we can get things connected right. All right, Bubba, you there now? Oh, you got me, sir?
I got you, man.
All right, we've got 9 seconds left, and the rest of this third quarter is counting down here. The Aggies up 41-7, so you've got a long runway here, Bubba. I'm going to just open it up to you for about a minute. 42-0 at the half, running clock in the second half. Talk about the domination with the Oilers over Gaylord tonight.
Well, it just started with our game plan and our preparation throughout the entire week on Sunday. Our kids were just motivated. They were hungry. They were deciding that, you know what, we've got an opportunity in front of us to play in our home crowd, and we came out. We executed to a T right off the bat. Had a couple really nice drives early on. Had a couple turnovers go our way, and we just punched the ball in. So a lot of credit to our offensive line, a lot of credit to our seniors there. They're the ones that really wanted this. I mean, after kind of a sour taste left in our mouth last year up in Petoskey, opportunity presented itself tonight, and they took advantage of it. I mean, you can't say enough about our players. I mean, they're the ones that execute the game plan at the end of the day. So really happy for this group of seniors, and we're not done yet. We get another opportunity to show up on Sunday for film, and another opportunity to be out in the cold next week at practice at Always Sunny Community Memorial Stadium. So it's exciting. It's been 10 years in the making. So I think this group is they're hungry. They're ready, and they want to continue this train ride as we've been calling it all year.
Chris Bachman on the horn with Bubba McLean. It's 41-7. Aggies up here heading to the fourth quarter, but had to get Bubba on the phone because Coach McIntyre, Bubba, and the crew absolutely rolled Gaylord in. This was billed as that 10-0 versus 10-0 powerhouse matchup all over the state. There was a lot of attention on the game. Was there a moment where you kind of were a little surprised by what was happening, or did you just know your team was that locked in going into tonight? And we're getting ready to start this fourth quarter, but keep going, Bubba, as this one's a little out of reach as well.
Well, a combination of both. I mean, I thought our kids were focused all day at school, seeing them at school and seeing them pregame, and then we got the ball to start the game. Gaylord deferred it, and they gave the ball to our high-powered offense, and we went down in about 6 plays and scored, and then got the ball back really quick on a turnover and scored again. So up 13-0, we missed the extra point on the first touchdown, but up 13-0 right away, and it's just like, wow. I mean, here we go. Our kids are just so focused on the task at hand that it just you looked up and all of a sudden it was 13-0, and then it was 20-0, and then it was 27-0, and then it was 35-0, and then 42-0, and then it just snowballed from there, which is great for our kids. I mean, credit Gaylord, they're a phenomenal team. They went 10-1 for a reason. They went 10-0 for a reason before this game, but our kids were ready and they were focused, and they had a task. And I've alluded to that several times already that we weren't going to be denied tonight, especially at home. It was a great crowd. I mean, there was all sorts of media outlets here, so the energy was as high as it's ever been here at Community Memorial Stadium.
Yeah. I actually had somebody reach out to me and ask why I wasn't doing that game. I says, well, Buck 92, it's kind of always been their number one school, and there's a lot of media that's going to be there. I said, I want to make sure I can spread out the coverage as much as I can, and I got an update for you here. Midland Dow's beating East Lansing 21-12 there in the fourth quarter, and so that's a big deal as well there. It kind of points to how good you guys are this year. Dow, only loss they've had is to you guys, and on the field here, there was a personal foul against Beal City that's going to give a first down and 10 to Saginaw Nouvel. They're now in Beal City territory, continuing to fight here. And so last question for you, Bubba. If I made you pick a offensive or defensive MVP, one guy's name to kind of call out tonight as we get about an 8 or 9 yard run here from Saginaw Nouvel on first down 10, and MVP from the night, about 10-15 seconds from you.
Well, I think offensively you could go with either Xavier Krazier, Jack Mazurkovich, or Graham Phillips. I mean, they all just showed up and showed out and did a great job. Defensively, pretty much our entire team, we just swarmed the ball, Chris, like we've been doing all year. So there wasn't real one standout on defense, but it was all 11 guys, flying to the football tonight. So that's me. If I had to pick those guys on offense and the whole defense, I mean, it was just outstanding tonight. Again, we executed our game plan, and we caught Gaylord off guard a few times, and we took advantage of our athleticism and our speed and went to the house several times early.
Right, on first down carry there for Saginaw Nouvel. Do you guys know who you're going to be taking on next week yet?
Either East Grand Rapids, their old nemesis, or Coopersville. Last we knew it was 14-0 East for Grand Rapids, so we'll pay attention to that here shortly and figure it out.
All right, Bubba, thanks so much, man. We'll be catching up with Coach McIntyre soon, but thanks so much for taking some time to chat with me. Tell Coach Mack and the rest of the guys I said congrats, man.
I will. Go Oilers and go Aggies.
Yep, appreciate it, Bubba.
You bet.
Big shout out to Bubba McLean taking some time to chat with me. And that's one of the cool things here about the Road Podcaster Pro that I've got. Like I said, literally able to get him on the Bluetooth, get that update coming from Mount Pleasant, let you know what went down there. And shout out to Mike Verlegger, who was sending me updates from that game. And I don't even think he could keep up with those updates because Mount Pleasant was scoring so fast. Him and Superintendent Jen Verlegger there checking out the game. And Harbor Beach on the board again. It's now 35-12 there. Or pardon me, that is a final there. So if Beal City hangs on to win here, 10:26 left to go. Saginaw Nouvel moving the football a little bit right now as there's some substitutions coming in for Beal City defensively. It looks like all roads lead to Harbor Beach next week. And again, if two teams can't agree on a time if there's a certain distance, it's a Saturday 1 o'clock game, but you've got a lot of Deer Hunter high schoolers in Harbor Beach. You got a lot of Deer Hunter high schoolers here at Beal City. I am imagining that game will be on a Friday, but we will let you know as soon as I know. Be talking with Coach Fletcher, bothering him all weekend and next Monday to make sure we can get that figured out. Nice broken tackle from Carlson. Now he spins the middle of the field. He's going to be brought down by Ryan Gross, but he got away from a couple tacklers. Very slippery in the backfield there that was Owen Vance with the carry there in the backfield. 9:55 left to go in our ball game, second down and 10. Another big thank you to Bubba McLean taking some time to call me after that game. Talk to the Oilers. Big victory. It was 10-0 Mount Pleasant, 10-0 Gaylord. Mount Pleasant beats them 42-0. What a performance. Pistol formation here for Ziegelman. 9:35 left to go. And another score update coming here. Again, not really anything locally, but to continue to talk about how good of a team Mount Pleasant is. Mount Pleasant beat Traverse City Central earlier this year. Traverse City Central had to beat West to get into the playoffs. They then beat them again. Now they take out Muskegon 16-14. Big shout to Corey Clark here, providing me with these updates. 3rd down and 5 now for Saginaw Nouvel. Again, it's 41-7 Aggies. This game, the final score is not set in stone, but the result is. But give credit to this Nouvel team. They are continuing to fight out here, coming in at 8-2. They're only 2 losses by 7 points this year. This one's going to be a little bit different. Counterplay, ball carrier trying to find some room. We've got a flag coming in. Couple broken tackles out there for Carlson. He's going to go out of bounds near the 20, but I think this one is going to be a hold, and it will be coming back. And if you're Beal City, you now start to just look at the clock, and you don't want to see the clock continuing to stop. You want to get out of here as soon as you can. And we're back in action tomorrow. Myself and Adam Gursky, we're heading out of here. We're heading straight home to bed. And then tomorrow morning, we are rolling over to bring you the Ithaca Yellow Jackets versus Elkton Pigeon Bayport Laker, a 1 o'clock kickoff there. So that penalty will bring it back. Would have been first down yardage for Saginaw Nouvel. Instead, we're going to do 3rd down over. Instead of 3rd down and 5, you're now looking at maybe 3rd down and 15, 13 here. In our Bird All-American Grill post-game show, you can just kind of call it rolling right now. So we'll talk about a custom fabrication of the game and our player of the game, brought to you by Weefrich Financial and so much more. Vance trying to find some room on the far side. He's turned in, breaks a couple tackles. It's eventually going to be brought down near the original line of scrimmage. So going to bring up 4th down. Probably see Nouvel go for it here on 4th down and 10. And for the Aggies, you get a stop here, you're really going to be able to start to churn some clock. Colin Gross taking off a little bit of equipment, dropping off now a substitution. Weston Zingery coming into the game, replacing Brody Weber. Again, those replacement parts brought to you by our friends at Mount Pleasant Automotive. 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side for Ziegelman on this 4th down and 10 play with 8 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. The Aggies up big, 41-7. Carlson goes in motion from the near side to the far side. They launch this one deep. Single coverage, intercepted. Coming up with the INT is Mr. Weston Zingery. The second interception of the second half for Beal City. And with 7:53 left to go in the ball game, the Aggies are going to have it 1st down and 10 deep in their own territory. But that might be good news because it gives you a lot of room to run some clock. And we'll see how many starters stay out there offensively. Connors, Irvin, McDonald, Gross, Ryan Gross that is, and Drew Gross heading out there. Offensive line position. Nick Bogue is going to come to the sideline. Senior's going to get a clap from me. He has been fantastic tonight for Beal City. Kyler Smith does come back in with the play. He'll stay out there offensively for the Aggies, and you probably want your starting quarterback out there when you're in the own shadow of your goalpost, no matter what the situation is. Beal City's got it at their own 5-yard line. 1st down and 10. 7:53 left to go in the 4th quarter. 41-7 Beal City. Our last score in this game near the end of the 3rd quarter was a pick 6 from Aaron Locke. Drew Gross goes in motion. They fake the handoff to him. Handoff goes up the middle. I believe that's Carnes with the carry there, pouring it outside the 10-yard line to the 11. That was Carnes with the carry. And you know things are going good. It was 7:30 left to go, and they're already shutting the window here. Brad Gross heading out. It's a big, big win for the Aggies. Big shot, Brad Gross, Brad Antcliffe, along with Mr. Dan Martin, Charlie Gross, Justin Oswald, Jason McDonald, and it seems like there's even more of a coaching staff than that here at Beal City. Everybody's involved, everybody trying to make sure they put these kids in the best position they can to win, and that's why they're so successful year after year after year. More trips to the MHSA playoffs than any other school in MHSA history. Run here to the near side. Big-time running room for the ball carrier. Making a couple guys miss is Mr. Landon Hatter. He'll pick up the 1st down. Had her one of the go-to guys last year on the middle school football team. Now already up here as a freshman, getting himself a couple carries. He's got first down yardage. But the best news for Beal City fans, that clock is rolling. Pretty much all of your starters are off the field. Again, you still got Kyler Smith out there offensively. But he's not going to be doing anything crazy from his quarterback position at this point, I do not think. Also out there offensively, sophomore Mr. Colin Martin. Also see Jax Latham out there as well. He had a long touchdown run last week against Sacred Heart Academy. 41-7 our score. 6:26 left to go in the fourth quarter. Kyler Smith looking ahead to the Black Hat already for that clock to continue to run. And it's already final scores. Montebello, regional champions over Merrill in 8-man football action. Run to the far side for a yard or two for Beal City. Take it more towards the middle of the field as that snap occurred here to the near side on the near hash. Now I'll be right near the middle of the field. We'll snap this next play. Harbor Beach bested Unionville Seaboing for the second time this year. And so next week it will be Beal City at Harbor Beach. When will that game be? Soon as I know, we will pass it along to you. And wherever that game is, when that game is, as long as we get MHSAA and athletic director approval, we will be there for the call. It's now also a final. Midland Dow besting East Lansing. And so the SVL North with a Division III district champion and a Division II district champion with the Mount Pleasant Oilers and the Midland Dow Chargers. This run's not going to go anywhere for Beal City. It's going to bring up third down and long. We'll be under 5 minutes remaining when the Aggies take this next snap. Cadence Carnes with the carry there. More love going out to our friends, GNS Mechanical, hanging by a thread, the official embroider of the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. And I do need to put a post up one of these days. I do actually have some hats for sale that people have been asking me about, so we'll get that out there. Also, much love to Pier Plumbing, All Seasons Fireworks, WW Construction, The Diner, Block Electric, Brickner Bunkner Insurance Group, Farm Bureau Insurance, the Dick Silva Auto Sales Group, Powell Frame and Collision, Bogue, Wybanga, and Bradley, along with the friends at Martinez Lawn Care. Think about that Bill's Custom Fab fabrication of the game. Boy, there is a lot of big plays to choose from Beal City as I kind of start to look back at that drive chart. Here comes the third down snap. Handoff up the middle for Carnes. He is not going to get it. Still continuing to fight very, very hard out there defensively. That was Mr. Christian Lopez with the tackle there. And it does look like Beal City will punt this one away. 4:12 remaining in quarter number 4. 4th down and 5 coming up for Beal City at their own 35. They'll punt this one away. Waylon Longtang back deep to receive the punt. And the Bill's Custom Fab fabrication of the game. You had the long 4th down TD pass from Kyler Smith to Gary Zucker that made it 21-7. He also had the 4th down touchdown run from Avery Small that made it 27-7. But I think our Bill's Custom Fab fabrication of the game is going to be the play that kind of ended this, as we see Eric Elias punt this one away, and it's a really good punt. Goes over the head of Longtain. It's going to roll down to the 11-yard line. That is where Nouvel will take over with a whole lot of real estate to cover if they want to get into the end zone. Brought to you by Bryce Updegraff, Joe Wentworth, Praedom Realty, Robin Stressman, and Associates. But I think my Bill's Custom Fab fabrication of the game is going to be the pick 6 from Mr. Aaron Locke. Because, again, all the momentum was already with Beal City. It was 34-7, but then when that happened, it was just kind of like you looked up here at the press box, you looked over at the coach's room, and everybody just kind of knew. Well, that's it right there. And so our Bill's Custom Fab fabrication of the game is going to be the INT pick 6 from Mr. Aaron Locke. And you also think about that high and tight turnover battle brought to you by Coach Tom Crazier in the high and tight football. 2 INTs for Beal City. No turnover. Well, 2 INTs for Beal City. They also did not turn it over at all themselves. And so the high and tight turnover battle looming large in this one. Wide receiver screen here to the near side to John Carlson, trying to find some room. He's going to break away from one guy. Now going to be pushed out of bounds. Great hustle defensively there from Jarrett Latham to get there from his defensive line position to push the ball carrier out of bounds. Clock will stop, though. 41-7 is our score. But I mentioned that play of the game is going to be the pick 6 from Aaron Small. As I think about that Zeta Batchelder baller of the game brought to you by our friends at Weefrich Financial, think it's got to go to Mr. Gary Zucker. He had 2 huge touchdown catches. He also had 2 huge runs, one over 40 yards on the first play of the drive on the second drive of the game, and then another one on the first drive in the third quarter, or the second drive of the third quarter. And so Garrison Zucker probably just around or over 100 total yards of offense, a couple TDs. He is our Zaid Batchelder baller of the game, brought to you by our friends at Weefrich Financial. What a performance from Mr. Gary Zucker. As I'll continue to say, you're just inside the Bird All-American Grill post-game show right now as the clock continues to, well, not run in this one right now, but there's 3:17 left in the fourth quarter. The Aggies lead it 41-7. Garrison with 123 yards. Big shot to Dave McKinney and Corey Clark. Able to, I think they kind of heard me through the walls and were able to relay that to me right away. But 2 tutties, 123 total yards. Gary Zucker, our Zeta Batchelder baller of the game, brought to you by our friends Brian Weefrich and the crew at Weefrich Financial. Our Bill's Custom Fab fabrication of the game is going to be that pick 6 from Aaron Locke. Start thinking about that Weber, the Mumford Oil and Gas Supply assist to the game as well. I'm going to go with the first touchdown toss from Kyler Smith to Gary Zucker. He kind of had to lay that one up there a little bit and allowed Zucker to go up and moss the defender. But you think about our timber of the game, Weber Brothers Sawmill timber of the game. I'm going to go with a different player here. Again, the offensive line, the defensive line was obviously great as we've got a first down run here for Saginaw Nouvel. We'll stop the clock for a moment. Beitler, Wilson out tonight, but Bogue, Upton, McDonald, Connors, they've been great. But a name that I called a few times, way out in front of the play from the guard position, was the sophomore Jarrett Latham, who hasn't played a whole lot of varsity football this year, and it's a tip of the cap to all the other guys. Hunter McDonald was great tonight as well. But there's a few times I look out, and there's 72 out in front of the play, and so our Weber Brothers Sawmill timber of the game is going to go to the sophomore Jarrett Latham, making it happen out there. Another first down run for Saginaw Nouvel that will stop the clock for a moment. We got a lot of youngsters out there now for this Beal City Aggie defense. A whole lot of freshmen, a whole lot of sophomores out there as everybody comes up for the playoff run. Chains are set. Clock continues to move once again. 2:10 left to go in our ball game. Saginaw Nouvel would love to punch it in here again to get into the double digits. And again, a lot of seniors for this Saginaw Nouvel team facing their final game of the year, and they're now just starting to realize that this will be the final game. Run all the way, finding some big-time space out there is the ball carrier, Owen Vance. He's going to be brought down at the 5-yard line. That first down will stop the clock once again. It looks like Saginaw Nouvel will try and punch one in here late, but it's not going to matter. The Aggies up 41-7, 1:51 left to go in our early version of our Bird All-American Grill post-game show here. It's a district title will be given to the Aggies after this one. Say a little bit different. Last time it happened up at Maple City Glen Lake. This time here it's going to happen at home. But next week for a regional championship, it will be a road battle with the Harbor Beach Pirates. Owen Vance is going to pour his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Saginaw Nouvel. That'll stop the clock with 1:23 left to go in our ball game and make it 41-13. Big shout out to Bubba McClain, who was able to call in here at the beginning of this fourth quarter and talk to us about the dominant performance from the Mount Pleasant Oilers, besting Gaylord 42-0. And that one was 42-0 at the half. Woo! They will play the winner of East Grand Rapids and Coopersville next week. Looks like Corey Clark's pulling out the phone right now to check on that score. Last we knew, East Grand Rapids was up 14-0, and Coopersville coming in at 5-5. East Grand Rapids would be the big favorite in that game. And tomorrow, it's a 1 o'clock kickoff, heading over to the Thumb so you don't have to, as the Ithaca Yellow Jackets take on Elkton Pigeon Bayport Laker. And 17-0 East Grand Rapids best Coopersville. And so next week, here's what 2 of our matchups are going to be. It's going to be Beal City and Harbor Beach at Harbor Beach. It will be Mount Pleasant hosting East Grand Rapids. And so if we've got the Friday, Saturday, like I said, the Friday, Saturday, if it happens, your boy will be there. Adam Gursky might have some deer hunting to do on Saturday, but we'll find out more about those scenarios as they head closer. And also a big win for Midland Dow over East Lansing. Montebello is going to be moving to the state semifinals in 8-man football as they win a regional championship. They're most likely going to take on Norway at a neutral field. But our score here, 41-13. Beal City dominant against Saginaw Nouvel. Nouvel got on the board to make it 14-7, but then they didn't score again until just moments ago. So it was at 27 unanswered points from Beal City in the second, third, and early fourth quarter to make it 41-7. Now Nouvel gets on the board to make it 41-13. You still have 3 timeouts from Saginaw Nouvel. If you're Coach Weigel, this is a tough situation. I mean, you're not going to come back and win this one, but this is it. This is all you got. Do you kick the onside? Do you use your timeouts? We're going to find out if they do that together. And it will be an onside kick. It's going to be fielded on the far side of the field very cleanly. Excellent play over there by Will the Thrill McClintock coming up with the football there. First down and 10 for the Aggies with 1:20 left to go in the ball game. And again, Nouvel has all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Beal City's probably going to continue to bring in some of their backups. As I say that, I see Irvin, I see McDonald, I see Gross, I see Zucker, I see Bukovic, I see Upton all coming back in. And it will be Norway versus Blanchard Montebello. Date, place, time to be determined in that one. But if things don't match up well next week, maybe we could end up calling that Montebello-Norway 8-man game, depending on where that's at, time, place, and scenario. And next week, we also will have regional championship volleyball coverage. Clare was in action tonight versus Elmo, but we already know Beal City and Sacred Heart Academy are moving on. And it does look like the victory formation out there for Mr. Kyler Smith. And we're not going to see any timeouts from Saginaw Nouvel, and so a couple more knees, and that'll wrap that up. I'll continue to call this our Bird All-American Grill postgame shows. We do got all of our breaks in from all of our great friends. What a performance tonight from the Beal City Aggies, up 41-13, now under 1 minute remaining in the ball game. Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the game going to the youngster, Jarrett Latham, but also a tip of the cap to Bogue, Upton, McDonald, Wilson, Beitler, Bauman, Connors, Schultz, Salisbury, Weber, Gross, Sanders, Wilson, Gottschalk, Johnston, Bogue. They were unbelievable up front tonight against Saginaw Nouvel. And one of the things I heard a lot about was the passing attack from Saginaw Nouvel here tonight. On the outside, it was a lot of single coverage with Avery Small and Gary Zucker, and they locked down those wide receivers, and they ended up coming up with 2 INTs as well. There it is, 41-13. Your final as the Aggies and the Panthers head to the middle of the field to exchange some handshakes as the final seconds tick off the clock. Chris Bachman will be signing off for this evening, but we are going to be back with you tomorrow right around 12:30 p.m. for our Woods Household pregame show from over in Elkton, Pigeon, Bayport, Laker to bring you more district championship football as the Ithaca Yellow Jackets take on the Lakers of the aforementioned Elkton, Pigeon, Bayport, Laker. Our final here, 41-13. Zayda Batchelder, baller of the game, brought to you by Weefridge Financial, the senior, Gary Zucker. And those other scores you need to know: Mount Pleasant, boat racing Gaylord 42-0. Next week, it's Mount Pleasant versus East Grand Rapids. Next week, it's Beal City versus Harbor Beach, and we'll find out if the Yellow Jackets are able to move on tomorrow as we continue to have our ultra locals be very, very successful in the MHSAA playoffs. Chris Bachman, Corey Clark, Adam Gursky signing off for now, but we'll be back with you tomorrow for the Yellow Jackets and the Lakers. And next week, fingers crossed, maybe we got a couple more football games we can bring you. But our final here tonight, 41-13, the Aggies blast Saginaw Nouvel as they get ready to head off the sideline. Again, our Zayd Batchelder, baller of the game, the senior, Mr. Gary Zucker. Thanks so much for tuning into our brief edition of the Bird All-American Grill post-game show. What the Bird would want me to tell you: Sunday, be at the Bird. Yeah, the rare Sunday you get to be at the Bird for the Bird All-American Grill Bird Auction. Make sure you join me there. I'll be there getting some great video, having some great fun. Our final, 41-13. The Aggies, district champions for the 17th time since 2000. Chris Bachman sign off till tomorrow at 12:30. Ithaca, Yellow Jackets, Elkton, Pigeon Bay, Port Laker. Congratulations to Coach McIntyre from Mount Pleasant, all the crew down in Blanchard, Montebello, and Coach Gross and the crew here from Beal City. District champions, 41-13 over Saginaw Nouvel. Chris Bachman